Welcome back, guys, to Renaissance Podcast. Back again with the boys. You already know who it
It's
is.
your boy Alex.
Alan Shiner, and we got a special guest. Introduce yourself, man.
Oh shit, I wasn't ready for this.
The one, the only.
Okay, well, my name is Francisco, 26 years old, big finance nerd. I do real estate, some stocks here and there, crypto, big Ethereum guy. And I'm learning Korean. Korean's a big personality thing for me. And
Are you also like a big fan of those Korean K-pop bands?
okay, funny story. My ex actually, she used to freaking like love K-pop. She used to put it on all the time, and it grew on me. It grew on me. Honestly, it grew on me.
No, let me stop.
I've never actually seen a K-pop or heard a K-pop song.
What's your favorite song, man?
Ah shit, don't put me there.
BTS is
Korean. BTS is
For
K-pop,
sure. It's
right?
Korean? Yeah,
it's
Oh,
Korean.
wow.
It's Korean, yeah.
But those,
my sister loves them, bro. My sister loves
Really?
them. She went and saw them. I think before COVID and everything, paid like $400 for the ticket
Yeah.
to go see them.
they're crazy big. I know for that for sure. They're
And
crazy big.
they sold out like that, bro.
Yeah.
The only two artists I've seen, because I was the one that bought the ticket. It was Drake and BTS. And I was
But
like,
why do you
holy
think they're
fuck.
so big in the Hispanic community as well?
Dude, I don't know. I think it's just like the hype, honestly.
The hype?
And, actually, little fun fact is before COVID, we had tickets to go see BTS in person. And,
Yeah.
And we were so hyped for it and everything. But we ended up not going because COVID, and COVID
Yeah.
happened. So we're pretty bummed about that. But, I mean, something I always tell people is like, K-pop gets a lot of like negative, like it's like kind of like a negative thing, but
Yeah.
like, it's not that bad. Like I heard it, it's not as bad as people think.
What does it
honestly.
sound like? Put a K-pop,
shit.
put a K-pop video real quick.
What do you recommend, bro?
Yeah, fuck.
What do you recommend,
If
man?
you're gonna make us a fan of K-pop right
Put
now,
one song.
People
one
already
song.
tuned out. People already. No, to be honest, man, fuck. BTS is definitely the most popular, but I'm not
Jesus
that into
Christ.
them.
1.4 billion, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
Bro, they are making these sales.
Dude. Like,
I feel like Korean culture has like a chokehold on American culture, or like, Americans love Korean culture.
Bro,
Yeah.
we're about to react to Korean music.
I know.
Bro,
song.
even
It's
the
pretty good. It's
intro
pretty good,
looks
not gonna lie.
Korean, bro.
Do y'all know these people?
No.
No, I have no idea who they are.
Bro, they
They
all look
look
the
like
same.
to me, they just look like One Direction in Korean.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Honestly.
I know one is Jin, right?
Jin. Yeah, he's the tallest one, I think.
My
Shit.
sister.
I don't want to
she
be wrong
loves
because I
him.
don't want to get canceled. Y'all never heard this song before?
Oh, yeah, bro. I've heard this like literally because of my sister.
It's definitely been on the radio.
Is
I'm
this
pretty
on a
sure.
Samsung commercial?
Yeah. This is the Samsung commercial.
Samsung?
For the Samsung
Oh yeah, it
Galaxy
is. What
Flip.
the fuck?
Bro, but
This
just
is actually one of their pure English songs, so this is like 100% English. There's no Korean here. So
They knew
the song was a
they
hit.
had to hit the American market.
yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they're learning to-
So this is a Samsung. You know, it's crazy how like a lot of these popular
This
songs
is the Samsung.
that like my little brother was like he didn't know who Bruno Mars was.
Yeah.
But then whenever I showed him, because he plays a lot of Fortnite, and he's like, who the fuck is Bruno Mars? And then I was like, I started putting some of his songs, and he's like, oh yeah, I've definitely heard him in a few commercials and stuff.
Right.
It's like-
Oh, man.
It's like, man, that's how we are about BTS, I guess. But
Dang. So 1.4
billion, bro.
Bro.
Yeah.
And I think that all of this started with that with that one Korean singer.
The Gangnam Style?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oppa
Psy.
Gangnam Style.
Psy.
was he the god of?
Gangnam Style.
Bro, it all started with that. And next thing you know, we have
Hey, sexy lady.
Bro, I
Y'all
think
do the
he
dance?
was he in a one-hit wonder?
Yeah.
Was he a one-hit wonder?
yeah, he was definitely
Yeah.
a one-hit wonder.
I haven't heard anything since, so yeah.
I think
he made a new song. Well, after the Gangnam Style, he made a Gentleman, I believe.
Uh-huh.
If I'm not mistaken. It wasn't as big as
oh yeah.
for sure. It wasn't as big. But one thing I always tell people is like I truly think K-pop is something that like needs to grow on you, and like I feel like if you don't like K-pop, it's because either you haven't given it a chance or because you don't like it because it's like a thing to hate it, And
We have no hate towards K-pop.
Like personally, me, I don't think I'll ever listen to it. Not because I think I like the beat of it, because like pretty much the other music is like the same type of beat, right? It's just in Korean.
yeah, for sure.
Like for me, like and this comes to like when I watch shows on Netflix and stuff. There's some shows that I can only watch in either Spanish or English. There's some shows that are like popular that are like. The other day I was watching a show that was in German, And then, like it was so
What the
popular, it
fuck?
came up in my recommendation. It looked like a good show. It would be a good show, and it was like translated into English. But like for some reason, I can't like it doesn't seem genuine. Like when it's like a translator talking into the character, you know. Kind of like how anime. That's why I can never watch anime.
Man, in the Spanish ones, whenever they translate, it seems like it's the same people that voice
yes,
over, bro.
yes, bro.
Like damn, I hear the same voice.
And like, okay, like it might just be me, but like I feel like their Spanish is a lot different from my Spanish that I learned. Like they talk
yeah,
differently.
yeah.
Like it's
Well,
weird.
like the Netflix ones, yeah, because I think they're all from Spain, right? Most of them are from Spain.
Yeah.
Most of the shows that are like popular in Netflix are from
Oh yeah,
Spain.
Tio.
So yeah, you catch me saying like as soon as I finished watching, I don't know if you watched La Casa de Papel.
No, never.
Yeah, that was it's a
Never watched
really
that.
popular show from Spain. So yeah, it was like all you could talk was pretty much the Spain. The Spain
Going
accent.
back to the Koreans, bro, I was in my living room and I was watching my sister
South
watch her Korean crap, you know, and bro, like, and I'm here looking at her like, what are you watching, right? And then I look at the TV,
Yeah.
bro was fitted, bro. He had the coolest swag ever. Homeboy had
I was about to say the fashion. I think you'll fuck with it though.
Korean
sure, for
fashion
sure.
for
Yeah,
sure.
I agree.
To me, Korean fashion is probably the best out of
he
the
was
world.
supremed out, bro,
Yeah.
with that North Face collab with the ox fur.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. I don't even have that yet. Me, bro, and I'm I'm pretty big on that stuff.
Yeah, bro.
I was
you act
like-
like you Travis Scott.
Nah.
I designed it.
Nah, that's the thing about it. Like, yo, like these guys are, fitted, bro.
The
Like, I
swag,
have
yeah.
to respect them now, bro. Like, I be pulling up to these functions, or I just be anywhere, bro. And
Yeah.
I just look at people's outfits sometimes,
Yeah.
And like, for example, today, bro, I saw someone wearing these Sakais. Bro, with the ugliest outfit, bro, was like 210, even with the pouch and everything, bro, and just wearing those shoes, bro. So that's how I am sometimes, bro. I just look at people and
So you judge.
I
You
judge,
judge
bro.
a book by its cover.
I judge, bro.
Yeah,
I'm a big judger.
No, I had a Korean friend. Shout out to Tyler, which he's I think
Oh,
he's one of the
yeah.
main designers for a new car company, a new electric car company that's coming out.
Nice.
I think they already came out with their first production car. Not sure, so don't call me at this. But his style was always like that. His the way he dressed, it was always like really nice.
So
I always fucked with it.
I think like Koreans, they're so advanced, society wise, bro. Because like if they're out here wearing these things, and if you pull up to Korea, you see nothing but people swagged out, and
like that.
yeah,
And
man, and if
Fashion wise,
bro, fashion wise, and now you look at boy bands, now you look at TV shows. All of
Were
bro,
you ever a fan of boy bands?
Nah, bro, but I just look at the society wise, bro. They are improving so much, bro, to the point where like, man, maybe I want to learn Korean and go over there for a little bit.
I mean, that's why he's learning part of Korean,
They're-
right? Or what got you to learn Korean?
I have like half a year studying it now.
Shit.
If you were to tell me like what percentage I know Korean, I would say like maybe 5 to 10%. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting there. So I used to, so back to my ex, I hate talking about this, but back to my ex,
Yeah.
like she was a big fan of it, and she just told me stuff like, hey, let's go here, let's do this, and she was the main reason why I got into this stuff. And
There's no shame in that, bro. I feel like
Yeah.
everybody has a little bit of what was, what came out of a relationship still within
Yeah.
them. But you still got to move on. You still got to learn. And there's always going to be something new that comes about, new experiences. But there's always, what that experience, that changed who you are. It shaped who you are today.
Yeah,
for sure. And we used to always go out to eat there. That was our thing. And I fell in
Bro,
love with the food. I fell in love
You
with the
stayed
food.
in Carrollton over there in Chinatown, in Koreatown.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually purchased a condo
Nice.
right there. Right there
For real?
in the corner. Yeah, Koreatown.
Like 2 minutes away, I bet, bro.
Well,
Yeah,
our
walking distance,
Our
bro.
friend
Walking distance.
actually started working at one of the bars there in Korea. Well, it's a Koreatown or it's a China like
Definitely more Korean. It's not technically called Koreatown, but
Right.
you can call it Koreatown.
Wait,
I mean,
which side is Korean town? Like, is it the one by like IHOP or is it the one like where it used to be Hobby Lobby? Back in the day.
that whole entire area, bro. That
Yeah.
whole entire intersection,
Those
Trinity
are-
Mills,
those
Old
are-
Denton.
Hey, don't judge me, bro. Today I was in that area,
Okay.
right? I know that there's Vietnamese, there's
Oh, for sure,
Korean,
for sure.
there's
Japanese.
Thai. Guess where I went, bro? Just guess.
Uh,
IHOP.
Panda Express.
Oh wow, bro! Out of all the places, Panda Express,
Bro, don't hate me, bro.
Nah,
but
I don't judge you. Good,
I'll give this though. I
Panda
did
Express
go.
is good too.
I did go to Kung Fu Tea afterwards though.
Okay,
so
that counts.
You know, shout out to
Yeah.
them,
Wait,
bro.
is there restaurants there too that are good?
Yeah.
Jen, have you ever tried Jen barbecue?
Oh, yeah.
Korean barbecue, amazing. It's
Bro,
amazing there.
Korean barbecue. I've heard so much good
fuck,
things
dude.
about it.
Fuck.
You-
Oh wait, that's the one where you cook it and
Yeah, you
cook it right there.
Got you. Yeah, our friends actually used to work there.
Yeah. Have you heard about the meme like bringing tortillas, like Hispanics bringing tortillas? Dude?
what?
No.
I mean, I haven't done it or anything, but
Sin vergüenza, bro.
For sure.
Oh my
Wait, so
God.
they bring you tortillas?
no. Like we bring tortillas like from
Oh,
our,
okay,
our
yeah.
house
I was
into
about to
there.
say, man, I could have ordered it with the meat that I be cooking. He's like,
They got him there.
Bro,
that's what I thought you said. I was like, damn, I could have ordered some when I went.
that would be
back in
so
the-
embarrassing, bro. It's,
I
it's
think
like,
it's badass. I think it's badass.
Bro, 'cause
Oh.
that meat is fucking delicious, bro.
imagine
like,
an
with some
American, bro.
tortillas.
Yeah,
Imagine
fuck.
if you're American and you pull up to get Korean barbecue and you just bring out some fucking hot dogs, bro. Like, just put that shit in there, bro.
That's probably
Like,
funny,
you see
though.
what I
Hot
mean? Hot dogs,
Like,
bro.
they
Bro,
can't
I
be
don't
seen
even
that
think hot dogs
disrespectful,
are
though.
American, bro. That's German. Wait, is it? Or no,
I
it's
think-
just a
I think-
sausage. I think it's just a sausage.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm tripping, bro. We're
Probably
uncultured
burgers.
as fuck.
Probably burgers. Point is
Burgers,
that
yeah.
imagine some shit like that, bro.
Yeah,
But
like,
bro, Koreans,
get out
man.
of here.
What else do Koreans have going that's so good? Like,
They have hot pot, which I haven't tried. I'm not sure if it's a Korean thing specifically, but hot pot's amazing. They have.
Well, you gotta stop saying Korea, South Korea, bro, because North Korea got nothing going on. No disrespect to them. I mean, they're pretty sure they're not watching this.
If y'all
100%
watching.
if y'all watching.
You know, in terms of Korean barbecue places, there's two that I've been to only. There's Jen, obviously, and there's one called Ari. Have I seen Ari? It's like right there in that intersection.
No.
It was like $40 per meat or something. It was
Yeah.
super expensive. I'm like, I'd rather go to
Exactly.
Jen, pay $25 for a buffet. You know, get
whole-
infinite.
yeah.
So
The only reason I was
Like,
ever
fuck.
in that area was because if I had to get my license from the DMV back in the day.
They moved out. They moved out.
They moved out.
They moved out.
That
Bro,
was
they
back
made
then.
a big ass DMV in Carrollton still, but they still fucking busy. Like they're
Yeah,
still
it's a
fucking.
big ass place. Like it's empty. Like half of it's empty, bro.
I know. Like
I've been there a few
they
times.
hardly have anybody working there.
damn, bro. All right, so moving on to the next topic, then, guys. So you yourself, you're responsible. Your finances are.
I like to think that. I like to think that.
Right? I mean, the way you start, bro.
hopefully-
yeah,
the way
yeah.
you start. Nah, man. The one topic that we did want to talk about was real estate for sure.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
like I know we don't know real estate. I think we're kind of. I'm personally want to start already into getting into real estate. Not as of now yet, because I'm
Yeah.
paying 2 cars. So
Oh,
shit,
dude,
that right there is
yeah.
killing me, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, I regret it, but at the same time, I'm like, nah. Like I needed a car at the moment, so I was like, I had to. And then my mom needed a car at the moment, so I was like, nah, I have to buy her car. You know?
A few people have actually come to me and said, "Hey, I want to buy a house. Like, what could I do? What's the first step?" And like they say they have a car payment. I'm like, damn, that a car payment alone just messes with your chances of affording a house. Because like when you're trying to shop for a house, they look into your debt to income ratio, basically saying how much debt like you're paying or whatever, and the car payment goes into that.
Yep.
So let's say your car payment is like, you know, whatever, $500, right? And you could afford normally, if you didn't have a car payment, you could afford maybe $2,000 of mortgage per month, right?
Yep.
So they take into to consideration that $500 of your car payment. So now you could afford basically $1,500. It lowers your chance drastically, and it's a huge difference. So basically, if you have a car payment, like damn, that's gonna impact your chances a lot.
Yeah,
of
that's why.
affording a
Well,
house.
when I financed my car, my credit score was trash.
Oh,
but
really?
Bro, they told me their credit or their
I was paying
interest
12%.
rate.
I was paying 12%.
I was like,
interest
oh
rate.
my god.
But only because I had fucked my
That's-
credit score when I was younger. And just because I didn't have anybody showing me about credit cards, taking care of
Yeah.
it, making payments,
Yeah.
all that.
They don't teach
I
this shit.
Yeah, they don't teach you this shit,
Sucks,
which they
dude.
should in fucking high school. Like,
Yeah.
well, that's something they should teach. But
Do you think they should teach you this type of shit in high school?
they do it for a reason, bro. You don't want motherfuckers to know the
if you
sauce.
don't know the
system
game, imagine
and make
everybody knows the
money.
game.
Let me ask it again, then.
Credit cards were never.
Let me ask it again. Yeah.
I didn't like the answer.
Yeah, I didn't like the answer. Hold on. Do you think high schools should teach you about credit and being responsible with your money?
I
You
think,
literally asked the same question.
I think they're actually being
What
a
are you
little bit
talking
more
about?
responsible now. Because I've seen, I think in Georgia, they passed a law that every student has in high school has to take half a credit of financial literacy.
Mhm.
So the basics of
Shit,
debt.
I mean, Atlanta's there, so
All the scammers.
All the scammers.
All the scammers.
No, but not every high school is doing it. Of course, you know, it's just certain states that are pushing that. But
Yeah.
So
I
is
feel like
Georgia, is this like a law you have to do?
Yeah, they have to they.
What do you think, man? Do you think that high school should teach their kids?
For sure, definitely if you want to help them out, but like I feel like don't teach them just because like for the purpose of like the government's trying to make more money off of you. Like what's the point of teaching you when they can make more money by you not knowing this stuff and charging you a higher interest rate, you know, for stuff like that.
And I feel
that's
like
just
that's
my
money.
little theory.
It's money, bro.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, like credit card companies, car loan people, whatever, mortgages and stuff like that, like there's a reason they want you to get the worst deal you could get. The more interest, the more money you have to pay. So
gotcha.
you know, keep you trapped.
What got you into like real estate and investing and all that? Like,
I bought my first house when I was like 22 years old, which is like 4 years ago. I wasn't a finance guy back then. Like I just bought a house just to buy it. Like I didn't think anything of finance at that time. I just wanted a house for myself, really. And then recently, actually, like around when I was 24 years old, actually, Alex, something I never told you is you were a huge inspiration to me.
Hey.
And I used to watch all your videos when you uploaded on YouTube, and I used to follow all that stuff that you posted.
Yeah.
And I looked up to that, and you helped me a ton. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't, be in my position that I am
that's
today.
That's good, bro. Keep it going. Keep it going.
And there's something that I really want to say that I never told you. Again, is when I messaged you one time on Twitter, I was like, "Hey, how do I do this?"
Yeah.
And then you told me, "YouTube it. It's on YouTube."
Yeah.
And I'm be honest, I took offense to that at first. and the reason why is because like I was like, bro, why doesn't this guy want to teach me? Like, why can't you just teach me, bro? But looking back at it now, this guy's 100% right. Everything is on YouTube nowadays.
Oh yeah.
You could just YouTube it and it's like there. And that's why I tell people there's no excuse as to why you can't learn finance. It's all on YouTube for free.
Exactly. I always give basic information, but once you start trying to like dig more into it, it's like, are you gonna put the effort as well? Yeah. So like, are you gonna do the research like you did, and now look at where you're at?
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
And you got into the black hole or the black hole, the pretty much YouTube hole of finance, and you know, learned everything about it.
Yeah,
and that's what I was gonna say. That's one of the reasons. If you were to ask me, should schools teach you finances? No, they shouldn't, because whenever you're working with finances, it takes a lot of self-development.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of research, and no one's going to do that for you. School can maybe teach you, I don't know if about going into certain markets or things like that, but just overall the concept of buy, sell, and things like that.
Well, I don't think you're gonna learn that regardless in one year, in a class of 1 year. But I think if they could teach you the basics of it, I'm pretty sure that's a big boost to start. Yeah, that you wouldn't have gotten by just learning by yourself. Either way, regardless, you're still gonna learn by yourself.
Because whenever I'm trying to think, let's go back. How did I learn stocks? If you don't know this, Alex, he didn't know shit about stocks.
Yep.
I still remember the day I told him, "Hey, Alex, what are you doing? Living with my parents. Oh, cool. What are you doing with your money? Saving it up." I'm like, "Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're not saving. You're just doing nothing with it. You're doing absolutely nothing with it." And I told him about the stock market, and he was like, "Yeah, I've heard of it, but that wasn't really doing anything with it."
Exactly.
And then he saw me
at the moment you were reading a book, right?
Yeah.
About stocks and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, let me look into this a little bit later on.
Exactly.
And that opened that door for me to like, oh shit, this is
I'm afraid that a lot of people don't invest because they see it as a scam.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. There's two different type of trades. There's day trading, and then there's actual long-term trading.
I want to clarify. I'm a long-term.
Yeah.
I don't do any of that day trading, flipping,
Yeah.
including
That's the only thing
houses.
he's done.
That's the thing. That's what I did, and I was actually pretty good, bro.
How'd it go, bro?
I was actually pretty good. And I was all pretty bad. Like I think I was
good days and
So
bad days.
basically, you broke out even.
Yeah, exactly. I broke at evens. And one of the tough things about day trading that not many people understand is that
It's gambling.
not necessarily gambling,
extremely
bro.
risky.
It's worse.
It's worse. It really
for sure.
is, bro. It really is, because the funny shit is that because you have a quota in your head that I have to make X amount of money in a single day, that interferes so much with your money, because a stock can go down, all the way down, and then just go, at the end of the day, go right back to how it opened.
Yeah.
And that's the fear about day trading, that a lot of folks have that.
I feel like one of the big things that we didn't touch on was how finance is a lot of behavior, emotion. Those are some of the things that you can't really like calculate. And pretty much just like you touched on, everybody could think this stock is just gonna keep going down, and out of nowhere, at the end of the day, it's up 2% in that day because everybody was like, "Oh, it's a good deal." So behavior, and emotion are two of the big factors with especially with the stock market that. Because you're able to make those trades so fast that, sometimes you can't even calculate that. So.
Yeah, none of this is financial advice, by the way,
for
guys.
Sure. Don't sue me, bro.
Exactly. None of this is financial advice.
We haven't done any really.
Yeah, it's just basic shit.
It's just basic shit you're learning,
Have y'all done anything about Dogecoin and AMC and that?
I invested in Dogecoin when it was like, popular. I did come out I did come up on Dogecoin for sure because I bought it when it was like barely starting. I think it was like at maybe 20 cents or less. Now it was at 15 cents.
What is it right now?
I sold it right before
like
it
11 cents, 12 cents right now?
Yeah, 12 cents. But I sold it when it was almost at its peak, which was, I think it was
like
peak was 70, I think, or something like
And
that.
70,
that's
71, 72.
72, and I went up. But I mean, I didn't invest a lot. I wish I would have invested a lot more. I only invested I think it was like 2K, so I came up like 10K.
A funny story is I bought Dogecoin back when it was like less than 2 pennies. I woke up randomly in the middle of the night one day. It was like 4 a.m. and I was on Twitter scrolling, and then I saw, it was when all that AMC and GameStop hype was there.
I think it was the same time, right?
Yeah.
Literally the same time.
Yeah, the first time Dogecoin went crazy, and I saw people saying Dogecoin is the next big thing or whatever, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Here's freaking $400. I had the money to spend back then. Here's $400, and then literally overnight, almost doubled, and I was like, what the hell? Like, this is crazy, and actually, later on, that year, I forgot what year it was. COVID had my years all fucked up. But anyways, it was when Elon Musk was in Saturday Night Live. That was the peak of Dogecoin, wasn't it?
Everybody was
literally
expecting
right before it hit the peak.
Because everybody was expecting for him to do something crazy about Doge and boost it.
I actually put all my savings into Dogecoin, which is extremely risky. It was one of the riskiest things I ever did. Right
Jesus
before Saturday
Christ.
it was like around 30 grand-ish or a little more at that time. And I put it onto Dogecoin.
Yeah.
I bought it at 68 cents. So,
Aww.
okay, but listen. I didn't go at a loss because I sold at around 69.70. So I made a small little profit.
But you made the best decision in your life because then
dude,
I
don't know where I'll be
after SNL is just
Probably made like 10K then. Probably 10K, right?
No, it was like 68 cents to 69 cents, or it was like
only
1
cent.
cent. Yeah, it was like a cent, so not a lot.
I'm trying to do the math. Hello.
It wasn't a lot. It wasn't
we gotta put that edit whenever they're like calculating.
You gotta stop doing math, bro.
So you see-
I was editing our reaction to we reacted to this movie, Good Time, and then we're talking about bail bonds, and then I said something about like 150,000 bail bond, 10% that you have to pay whenever you pay a bail bond, and I said it was what was it?
The fuck
I
up.
already forgot the math. No, but I said it was 15,000, and then he got mad at me. He's like, "What the fuck, 15,000? That's not 10%. It's 1,500. What are you talking about?" And then in his head, he finally realized, "Oh wait, hold up, I'm fucking wrong. I'm doing the math way wrong." I'm like, "Bro, I'm gonna put that meme in that video where, like, have you seen that meme where like they're calculating the?
Hell yeah, bro.
I'm definitely putting that meme on that hoe.
So then, if you invested in Dogecoin, I'm sure you've invested in like other Bitcoin and.
So you say you're big when you started the pot. Well, whenever you present yourself, you're big on Ethereum.
Yeah. It's just my thing. Like I love Ethereum.
Are you invested into?
Oh, it's up. Nice. It's up today.
In Doge? I mean Doge. What's it called?
Bitcoin. I'm invested in Bitcoin very little bit. I mostly have like everything on freaking Ethereum. And
Ethereum is,
I actually made a little bet with myself. If freaking Ethereum gets to $4,000 by around June or July time, I'll get my first tattoo of Ethereum.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You think it's gonna get to 4K?
Honestly, I think so.
It could, bro.
I think so.
It was when did it hit a peak at 4K? It was like at
the peak was like 47K.
47K, right?
Yeah.
4,700.
And I don't know. That was like back November-ish.
Yeah, it's right there, November the 12th.
Yeah.
4,700. Yeah, I remember when it was at 4,700. One of my friends was like, "Nah, it's gonna keep going up." He invested at 4,500. I think it was at 45 or 44, something around there. And like, bro, take your time, bro. Do your research, because and I'm talking about this one of my coworkers. He was barely getting into crypto. He has never invested in stocks and everything, and he thought the way I invested, or like I come up in money, I'm like, I don't come up in money big, you know. I invest long term as well in stocks. So everything I do my research, I do my due diligence before I even invest in a company. This crypto, I just invested because I had told him about Dogecoin, about how I came up so much in Dogecoin. No. But I was like, I told him that was pure luck, you know.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
You saw as soon as it hit, I told him as soon as it hit SNL, it plummeted. So like you never know. And then literally as soon as that happened, he invested 45. I think it was like at 4,500. And then every day after that, because it went down. I mean, after that, it went way down. And then he was like, man, I'm so negative. He's like, I'm gonna keep investing and see if it goes up. And I think he finally broke out even, and then he sold it all.
And that's what I mean. A lot of people don't understand that trading is just two sides: someone buying, someone selling. And then now let's go 2 levels. Let's go ahead and start thinking. Okay, now you got to put into consideration that there is you against someone else, but that someone else can probably have, you probably drop 15K. But someone else is dropping 150K. So their power is much, much higher against your little 15K. Yeah. And at that point, that's where a lot of people mess up in day trading. A lot of people, they think they're going to go up, but in a matter of seconds, that person with 150K shares, they're gone, and they drop that stock in, a cool 3 pennies. And you're...
There's a lot of people
No. That's even,
I am a lot of people.
That's even with what happened with Doge. Who knows who did that? Who knows who had $1 million, $2 million in.
I feel like it was a whole hype about it. TikTok. You saw so many TikToks of it's gonna go to $1. It's gonna go to $1.
And if you have 2
I
million,
think we gotta blame Elon Musk on that too, because he was over here hyping it up.
He didn't
even talk about it on SNL. Do you know?
He said like Dogecoin the word every once in a while, but like every time he said it, if I'm not mistaken, every time he said it, like it went down. If anything, like
because I feel like people also like, I don't know, where do you invest your crypto through?
I do have I all over the place. I have some on Trust. I have some on Coinbase, and BlockFi. Staking that helps me a little bit, and for the most part, is Robinhood.
Robinhood, because I was about to say Dogecoin at that point wasn't really that in many crypto
brokerages.
Brokerages, it was only, I think Robinhood was the main one. Yeah, and I think at that time, remember whenever you couldn't sell AMC, they blocked from selling AMC.
Shit.
Yeah,
so I feel like a lot of people also were selling just because they thought, if I don't sell right now when it's gonna hit its peak, then Robinhood might do some fuck shit and then not let us sell it, and when it's going up, So that's why I feel like a lot of people just panicked and they started selling.
I keep my serious long-term stuff, in Coinbase, and I also have a public profile. Public.
Yeah.
I have that as well.
They're adding a lot of things to it.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a big
NFTs
one.
and all that too.
Yeah. So I do have some long-term and some short-term stuff. My short-term stuff is in Robinhood because Robinhood's not that reliable for long-term, I guess.
Yeah, I don't trust Robinhood at all, bro.
Yeah. I have a bunch of crypto, like a bunch.
And the thing with day trading, like Alan was saying too, is that, sometimes you're not even facing another person. Sometimes it's machines. These big companies, these big banks have freaking machines that have algorithms. Once it gets to this point, sell out. Once it gets to this other point. And it's like, it's funny because sometimes you literally could be trading with somebody right next to you, same laptop. You guys both put in the trade, and then you get the dub, and the other person gets the L. Literally, you put the same, just by a millisecond, probably that y'all hit enter, it was off, and it affects. So,
you know what's crazy?
fast.
Something that I saw the other day. That I forgot who was talking about it, but how the government, like people who work in the government, like Nancy Pelosi and them, how they benefit from they benefit from inside trading.
Yeah,
and they actually, there was a video of her when they asked her about, like, do you have a problem with like, because her husband, I think, is somebody who's benefited from inside trading just because they have all the knowledge about companies, anything that's going on.
That bitch is worth like 200 mil.
Bro, she's supposed to only make like 150K a year or some shit like that, and her net worth is fucking through the roof. And I'm like, man, like these government, like, well, at least they benefit so much from it. And they don't even give a fuck. Like she came out and said, like, I mean, like, there shouldn't be a problem, like you're whoever it is in your family should be allowed to invest as much as any other American. But then again, when you think about it, it's like you're living with a person that has all the knowledge of, when is this company gonna get, when is the law gonna affect this company?
This law, that's the main thing. Because, we saw with, I think they talked about how, like, before the law of, like, incentives with electric cars was going to happen, I think her estate, they were, like, heavy in the electric cars and stuff like that. And they shot up like crazy once the law came out. And, they do benefit from that. So,
man, it's crazy. What do you think about that? You think that should happen, or you think it should be something where, like, anybody who is in a government or like is related to them should be investing in that?
I have no comment on that. Like, it's whatever. But I do notice that, like, when you sign up for a brokerage, they always ask you, like, if someone in your family or you, like, work for the government or something like that. I forgot.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't really care, to be honest.
At the end of the day, like, it's all part of the game, because there's some people that work in the company that they'll know certain information and then they'll apply to that.
I mean, they do got the upper hand, but then again, like, I feel like someone always has the upper hand in everything.
So you can't really complain.
That's why you got to make sure, like you said, do your research, analyze the companies, make sure you understand the business, and if you believe in that business, and keep investing. If not, don't play with fire, because you'll get burned.
This is why I want to learn how to hack, bro.
I know, right? How to code.
Nah, I'm just playing.
I know, bro. Like,
if you're watching, don't take me serious.
Siri finna go off, bro.
To me,
this bitch always going off.
To me, I'm excited for the future, man. Like, this metaverse.
Do y'all think crypto is definitely gonna be the future? Like,
I think so.
Take a look. I'll give you this example, man.
Yeah.
The government, they're working right now on creating their own cryptocurrency.
Yeah, for sure.
They're researching.
They're getting
for real?
left behind.
Yeah.
Oh, you think that's gonna affect Bitcoin? And
I think that's a bullish thing, though, because, like, they're basically acknowledging crypto as a whole, and if anything, when the government makes their own coin, they're not gonna make I don't think they're gonna make like a Bitcoin thing. They're gonna make like their own stable coin, right?
Exactly.
I was about to say it's probably gonna be just stable.
What do you think is gonna back that up? Their currency.
Nothing like the dollar, bro.
Because when you think about it, nothing has backed up the dollar. They keep printed it, but
So that's the reason.
I still don't get. That's the one thing about crypto, because it's something that, like, I'm not, like, I see it, but I don't know what brings it. Because, like, what is a Bitcoin? Like, one Bitcoin, where do you bring Bitcoins from? Like,
the value is just based on the people. Like, we put the value on it. Basically, it's
there's
a finite amount, and, like, there's no more that can be created. I think it's like 21 million, is it? 21 million?
Yeah,
like,
it's
the most.
finite amount.
Yeah, and
because when Elon Musk talks about it, because I'm not a big into crypto like that. Just real estate. I mean, not real estate. Fucking.
He said nothing.
Stocks. But what's it called? Like, whenever Elon Musk talk about how, like, mining something about, like, crypto and stuff, I was like, bro, you lost me at that. Like, what you mean mining? Like, is this something that's actually real? Like,
I heard there's people who, like, buy their own machines and mine their own crypto.
They make money
like,
off that too.
Like, I don't know anything about that, but, like, that's kind of badass.
So essentially what mining is just keeping track of all the transactions. So it's a blockchain algorithm. So everything that goes through a transaction, gets copied into the millions of computers that are connected to the internet. And that's how people are able to tell what's real and what's not. So the Visa, system, it's the same way. Visa has a certain amount, has a computer, and Visa tracks, this X amount of money is being transferred to this amount of coin. I mean, to this amount of money has been transferred to this certain specific account. And that's all that crypto mining is. They get a share of, they get paid for doing that. But that's all that all of these machines are doing. They're just basically keeping receipts of every single transaction from A to B and B to C and all that. So if someone was to hack into a computer, and if they were to change something in the blockchain, well, good luck doing that, because now you would have to change it to all the computers that are keeping track of every single transaction.
Speaking of transactions and stuff like that, have y'all ever invested in SafeMoon? Y'all heard about SafeMoon, right?
I've heard about it, never.
Yeah.
What's SafeMoon?
So
To the moon, bro.
it was some big thing. Like, I think it was like last year. It was a big thing, and people were like, "Go to SafeMoon," like the next big thing. Kind of wasn't. But anyways, so I bought some SafeMoon a little late. So as soon as I bought, like, it started going down, and I basically bought, like, near a peak or whatever. But just recently, maybe like about 3 months ago or 4 months ago, I had some SafeMoon. I'm like, I don't want to sell. Like, I rather, like, it's worth about maybe like $50 ish. I'm like, I'm not gonna sell for $50. I'd rather just hold them. Hopefully one day it skyrockets up again, right?
Yeah.
So I had on my trust, and then SafeMoon came out with a app whatever to transfer to SafeMoon version 2, something like that.
Yeah.
And so I tried transferring it, and I lost it all. And I was so freaking pissed. Like I copied and pasted the code right to transfer it, but it was lost.
I heard they're in some legal troubles because of all that.
I don't know. But
yeah, because I
pretty
heard
good.
Get your
Dog.
money back.
I know.
I heard that they did that and that people were mad that they weren't able to just cash out and invest that money with whatever. Because imagine you didn't have 50. Imagine you had 5,000
Oh, yeah,
or $50,000,
Yeah.
and they told you, you know what, it's just gonna be transferred over to this other thing, and they're just like, you can't sell out of it, you can't do anything. It's just gonna be transferred over. So people were mad that they weren't able to cash out and just take their money.
I emailed the SafeMoon support people or whatever twice. No one got back to me. No response. So I lost all my money on fucking SafeMoon.
Damn.
It
They didn't go
sucks,
to the
but
moon.
That's how I am right now with
Fucking zero, dude.
Crypto.com coin. The
It went to the
Crypto.com coin.
trash.
I only invested it because I thought it was gonna go up. It did go up. I did go up because I bought it at, I think it was 30 cents, and then it went up to $1. Right at 99 cents, and then it crashed back down. But
Yeah.
I only invested it because of the Lakers. The Lakers switched their stadium to Crypto.com.
Yeah. I never invested into crypto. It's Crypto.com coin. I
Yeah,
never invested.
Crypto.com coin, and then I was like, oh, shit, maybe I just left it. Honestly, I'm gonna leave it invested there. It was only I think it was 800. When I
There's
invested it. I
there's
was like,
so
fuck
many
it.
scams in the crypto world, and
Yeah.
that's what a lot
This
of
is
folks.
something though. This is something that like a whole stadium is named by.
I know.
So I was like, fuck it. Like,
I know,
like,
but
if anything,
it's so
He said you're investing in some scams, boy.
but it's I mean I'm close to saying that the Lakers are a scam this season, but anyways, what I'm trying to say too though is that there's a lot of folks that see a celebrity promote a coin, or
these
there's
coins.
there's a lot of
I wouldn't buy. If a celebrity promotes it, don't buy.
what are those
I don't think
opinion.
celebrities. I think they do more of NFTs. That's a big thing right now. Where
Well, they went
celebrity-
from coins to NFTs because so many like he was about to say, like they went up a lot and then they just crashed.
exactly.
They will cash out. They will cash
Yeah.
out their stakes.
They will
So
cash
now
out.
they're turning into something that's non-fungible tokens, NFTs. It's something that is physical that will go up in value. Sort of like that was the problem with a Bitcoin. You don't see it. You can't ever hold it. And you can
Well,
now
the NFT, is it physical?
Well,
No.
No.
it's not physical, but it's physical. It's digital. No. Hear me out. And that's
Digital is the
Make it
that's
make
better.
sense. Make it make sense.
that's the problem. You'll be able to see it, and in a virtual world type of shit.
And you
Oh,
touch
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's
Something about the
digital.
metaverse
That's what I mean.
and- yeah.
That's what I mean. You'll be if you're in a virtual world
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you have an NFT, you'll be able to see that.
Yeah.
And that's the whole purpose. But that's just barely the
It's
beginning.
NFT, like so you can see it in the metaverse.
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 But you see it as in like a
Sandbox
painting or
and
like
shit.
Right now, you can see it if people, last time I checked, I think Justin Bieber had a profile picture, and that was an NFT.
Yeah.
All those gorillas,
Lil Baby.
yeah,
Future,
everybody,
Gunna.
everybody.
Everybody had their profile picture as that.
And that was the problem with the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin is just basically a way for you to invest type of stuff.
There's the Bored Apes, right? You're talking
Right,
about the Bored Apes.
but that's where like the NFT. I feel like that's like a step to the right direction. Just to put into into context, there's so much things that are turning digital that we don't even know about, to the point where like we're gonna be ourselves turned into a digital.
For sure. I believe that.
Into a digital version. Into the verse. So now we gotta start thinking, okay, that picture, NFT, what else can be turned into something, a digital asset, into the verse?
Well, that's what we talked about before, about how like it's slowly turning it into that movie that we watched before. I don't know if you've seen it. Ready Player One. I think it's
I heard
called.
a lot about it. Never watched
Bro,
it.
you should watch it. And
It's
it's
a
like,
really good
Everybody
movie.
told me to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much and it's crazy how when you see the real world they live in, it's how it's fucking destroyed
Yeah.
pretty much. And it's like that's really gonna and what's gonna end up happening if everybody just moves into that meta world where like they don't care about the
real
outside
world.
world, the real world.
you'll be
And they
more
just-
invested in the
in the
metaverse.
metaverse, which that's what's happening right now. I mean, you buy NFTs, you buy anything in the metaverse, and like you're pretty much putting a shitload of money into that. And what celebrities are, and then there's also the regular people that want to follow the celebrities,
Yeah.
and maybe they're buying in lower portions, but it's still the amount of money they have. That's
Yeah. That's
But-
why I'm excited for the future, because I wouldn't say that it's going to level the playing field so that everybody can, compete equally. maybe like a third world country will be able to compete with someone that's in the United States, which everybody wants to be in the United States type of shit. But
what do you call a third world country last time?
Mexico.
No, China.
China.
He was like, yeah, China, Mexico, they're third world countries.
China.
No, you know what's crazy? I was reading about this, about how Russia's economy it is coming into where like it's not a
it's trash, bro.
It's
The
trash.
only thing they have is oil.
Yeah, that's what I was
the
like.
only
That's
thing.
crazy. I didn't know that. You know. But I think it was, and this I was watching in another podcast how I think it was it's pretty much us the American film not social media, but I guess like Hollywood, how they make seem Russia as such a powerhouse, you know, because every bad person in a movie is Russian, you know.
I know, right?
Every fucking bad guy looks big as hell, fucking indestructible. It's always a Russian, you know.
And I think that has worked out pretty well, and it has originated.
What do you mean worked out pretty well?
Well, you got
It's
look
trash.
into
Their economy's
into
trash.
consideration the Cold War. That's everybody was we
but,
gotta fear Russia.
But as a regular average American, if you ask them, they're gonna think Russia is the powerhouse, which they're really not anymore. You know?
Exactly, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like this image of Russia being strong and mighty. It's still well expressed.
Aren't they the biggest country?
Well,
Land-wise, yeah.
Land-wise, yeah. And that's what I mean. Like, it's still expressed. People all over the world still think that don't mess with Russia type of stuff.
Yeah.
But
isn't that a problem? Because they're not anymore?
They're not, bro. If you look at Ukraine, bro, they're just shooting down their military like a piece of cake.
But I think that's the reason he wants to, Putin wants to bring, because he wants to build the USSR back again, you know?
Yeah, for sure, dude.
And Ukraine has a lot more oil, not a lot more oil, but oil where he can pretty much export again, and
that's the problem. I feel like the U.S. not doing anything, it's a bad thing. Let's just put it this way. On my way here, I see Ukraine flags just shining bright. They're
in downtown. They have the Ukraine.
There's so many Ukraine flags all over the world right now.
Yeah.
But for me to go drive to work and having to fly past these Ukraine flags,
you sound like you're tired of
no,
bro.
Thank you, bro.
And I'll take them hoes down. No type of shit. That's the problem.
Just America.
That's what I mean. You got to put it this way.
Let him talk.
That used to be the United States flag only. People used to look at the United States flag and were like, freedom, liberty, pursuit of happiness, all these type of things. Mm-hmm. Now we're having the Ukraine flag. So if they succeed and if Ukraine survives, it's no longer going to be the United States flag in the top tier list of best democracies. It's going to be the Ukraine now.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, bro. I think it's just moment. Because they're the David right now. They're the David versus Goliath right now. They were seemed as David, but they're really equal. The advanced in their technology, their military. It's probably equal or better than Russian. Maybe the quantity. It's not as much, but their quality is better than Russian.
But that's the problem. I feel like that's where the United States is fucked. If we don't do anything, we're looked at as the bad guys.
Isn't their technology based on ours?
What are you talking about?
The U.S. always sends.
We're talking about military. You're talking
billions
about military.
of dollars to them.
Well, I'm talking about overall. Let's say the Ukraine fails as a nation.
Yeah.
The Russia takes over, sets up a fucking what are those called? Puppet governments. Let's say that Russia succeeds, the United States fails. I feel like at that point the United States is in deep trouble because then you got to put into consideration Taiwan. We're supposed to help them. If China was to move to Taiwan,
I'm more scared of China than Russia.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Like you're saying, like if America loses, but Russia's losing right now. Especially the only option they have right now is to pretty much nuke Ukraine. Like that's literally his only option right now.
That's what I mean. So let's say Russia does not want to lose this because if they lose the war in Ukraine, what are they going to go back home and say to their folks? The special operations.
You're talking about Putin because he's the one at the end of the day who makes the decisions.
Right. But that's what I mean. Like, but who's controlling Russia? Putin, right? That's what I mean. So at the end of the day, let's say the United States doesn't do anything, and Ukraine succeeds, perfect. You know what I mean? I still think that Ukraine is going to be have a better playing card against any, and you know, it used to be the United States as, you know, everybody has to follow the United States. I personally believe like at that point, it's going to be Ukraine, no longer the United States.
I don't think so because they're getting so much help from everybody else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It'll be the opposite
Everybody's helping
if
them.
Ukraine was the one doing that.
It'll be the start of the decline of the United States. Whatever.
But how? Because the United States is the one who's putting all the sanctions that maybe they're not doing physically.
Whatever.
but
For example, whatever currency that Ukraine is going to be using at that point, I bet you $1,000. I know that the United States is going to say, use the dollar, please. Use the dollar.
Oh, yeah. They're going to use it because oil at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right now, it's the dominant currency right now, the dollar. So that's why I mean, if Ukraine uses something else, because you know what? United States, you helped us a little bit, but not as much as we wanted. Now we're going to do our thing. You know, Ukraine could say, and you know, let's use the euro. That would be crazy.
They'll be fucked, bro.
Yeah. That'd be
if
crazy.
If they lose U.S. support, they'll be fucked. The U.S. sends billions of dollars every year to them. The U.S. sends military supplies to them. The U.S. sends all these things. If they lose the U.S. as an ally, Russia would be probably most likely to attack them. And they'll be like, well, what are these European motherfuckers going to do?
Exactly.
Nothing.
So that's what I mean. That's why I think the United States is doing too little. I need them to do more. I need them to literally, no-fly zone, bro, do that shit tomorrow type of shit. Because if the United States...
What do you want them to do?
What if China gets in if the U.S. gets in?
Yeah,
I feel like everybody's so...
That's the only reason. That's the only reason. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
That's what I was going to tell you right now. The U.S. has a lot to lose if they go into the war.
They have a lot to lose.
They also have a lot to lose if they don't do anything.
No,
That's what I mean.
I don't think
Not as much.
Not as much.
I think so.
Not as much.
I think so.
What do they have to lose?
Well, the way I see things going, the elections are coming up. I know.
I can't vote. I'm not a citizen.
Oh shit, for real?
I'm a resident.
None of us here.
Okay.
None of us here.
I'm talking about none of us here can vote, but
Let's go Trump. Let's go Trump.
Puppy Trump.
I know, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like the elections is gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. I think what's gonna separate candidates, it's gonna be their stance on Ukraine. Should we go help them or should we not?
But they're already the thing about it is that the Ukraine already has a military where they're pretty much beating.
Everybody's giving
Russia.
money. Everybody's giving money to them.
That's what I'm saying.
Military.
What the U.S. is doing is pretty much hurting Russia where it hurts them the most, which is through all the sanctions that they're giving them. That's where they're crippling them. There's no way better to help them than crippling all the resources that they're getting Russia.
Right.
So
They're isolating them.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what else do you want USA to do? Like, what else is it that they have to do? I mean, obviously, like military-wise, you can help them out. But what's the point of that if they're already winning on that point?
I get what you're saying though, but I get what you're saying, but I feel like we're not as liked as we think we are.
Right.
You know,
Iran doesn't like most countries hate the U.S. outside of the U.S. Like don't like
most
other countries?
of them. Yeah, most of them do. Iran, you know, pretty much the Middle East. You know, Venezuela, pretty much most of Eastern Europe. So
we're seen as cocky, no? Like to other countries,
we're seen as like
we think we're all that or whatever
type shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like the U.S. has way more to lose if they do step in, because I'm scared of China coming in as the next superpower, takes the number one, and the U.S. is now second.
Didn't freaking like Putin say if any country interferes, like some bullshit will happen or whatever
type shit? Because everybody, it's all allies.
Yeah.
Iran, China, North Korea, Russia. And then you have, you know, pretty much Europe in the sense of like, you know, France, Germany, and all of them, Australia, US, and all that.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. If the United States was to declare war, you know, on
my stocks,
on Russia, Russia, and China was to step in, you would be scared that the United States would lose?
Bro. That's World War III.
Imagine China puts the sanctions on us. Trade. We can no longer buy their stuff. How much more would the prices go up? That's whenever people get freaking mad. You know, you get the people of like, okay, I was paying $10 before for this. Now it's $120. I can't afford that. Then you start reckless behavior within people. And it's pretty much what...
Well, my question wasn't...
And that's the one thing,
my question wasn't the consequences. My question was, are you scared that the United States would lose?
There is a chance.
Military wise, we could lose.
Didn't we win like both world wars?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then
But now everybody has nukes.
Oh yeah.
So
true.
like,
but then our we might go into war and we might not lose, but we're still gonna lose eventually. Like the people are gonna lose because then our the prices, the economy pretty much goes.
In a World War III where nukes are used, not many people.
let me take that back.
win.
I don't think we'll lose, but we will lose more than these other countries have to lose.
Yeah,
In the sense that if they hit certain
what I
major
was trying to
cities, bro, we're fucked. Like in the sense of like, these people that, you're putting at danger and stuff like that. Because usually the war, we take it to these people. And then if they are able to hit us, I feel like people
So
will
you're scared that the United States will finally have a battle
in
in the United States.
yeah.
Because that's never happened.
Usually we're the ones that send
the
people.
last time the United States was attacked was whenever Great
Pearl
Britain.
Harbor? Oh no!
Well,
Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor, yeah.
The 13
Pearl
colonies,
Harbor,
goddamn,
yeah.
boy.
Nah, but Pearl Harbor, yes,
Hawaii.
we were attacked. But then if you want to say that, then 9/11 also was an attack. type of
9/11.
stuff.
true.
And
But
what did we?
I'm
what did we
talking
do?
about armies marching on the United
Yeah.
States. I'm talking about, the capital in 1812 being burned down by Great Britain. So, I mean, I get it. There is fear there that, it can actually touch the United States land now. But that's the sacrifices. That's the sacrifices. That's the sacrifices that we have to take as a nation and as a world. Can there be a interconnected community? Can the world survive, thriving, and just going so far in technology and in health?
I think that's one of the big things that I fuck with Trump though.
And in freedoms, where there's a world where North Korea can still exist, or Russia can still exist, China can still exist. So
Communist
all of these
Party.
autocracies, can a world still survive? Where freedoms are so great, and also they're not in certain areas in the world. So that's where the clash of these two titans.
That's the real fight, though.
That's exactly, and it needs to happen one way or another. And I feel like that's the sacrifice that we have to make as a world.
Yeah,
one
like
day.
I said, at first I was like, we could probably lose. But then I'm like, nah, bro, this is the U.S. Like, we're not going to lose.
Exactly.
But there will be sacrifices that, we might look back on and we're like, damn, should we have gotten in? Should we have
I think that's what I was thinking too. Like, we might not lose, but the sacrifices that we're going to make for that is going to be a lot for the people,
How many people are you willing to kill, Alan?
Bro,
I'm kidding.
shit. Let me pull my
And
there's
honestly,
a
I was
game.
gonna say this is what Trump was trying to avoid. Also,
Yeah.
if we went to a world war, not for us not to depend on China anymore. That's
Yeah.
why he was trying to bring all production,
America
everything
first.
to not be an importer of all goods. To be an exporter and also create our own goods. And that's the one thing that I don't know if I'm not big into now the government right now, but like I don't know if Biden kept this going.
Biden fighting his
Or-
own demons, bro.
Biden can't even wake up, bro.
Biden fighting his eyelids, bro. He's fucked.
I was about to say it, bro. Like
That boy Biden, bro.
like is he even like is he still more like did he even continue that or is he still more dependent on China?
No, I feel like his fight is more of like, trying to bring it back to the Obama administration and stuff like that. Pretty much take out all the fucking shit that Trump put and shit like
Yeah.
that. But a question that I have for you guys is like, what do you think the outcome is going to be from the Ukraine and Russia thing?
I think.
How do you see it going?
I think there's gonna freaking agree to some kind of like peaceful thing. I don't think anybody else is gonna interfere. That's just my opinion. I
Yeah.
don't think it's gonna get worse than it
I
is right
think
now.
the only
if
reason-
anything, it's gonna like get better within the next 2
Yeah.
weeks. That's my opinion.
It would be you think it will get better?
Like we'll like not technically get better, but like it will resolve.
It will
Do you
resolve?
think like they won't lose the whole Ukraine, but they'll lose some of it so that it looks like a win for Russia and then they still keep Ukraine? Or how do you think the treaty or the peace or, what do you
I
see
have
that?
no idea. Maybe some agreement, some kind of agreement.
But it's because
I
when you
have no
think about
idea.
it, the agreement is with Putin. He's a person, at the end of the day, he's a human being. And I feel like we don't know what he thinks, but
Shit,
based on
he's a
his
wild
action,
boy.
but based on his actions, he's somebody who has a lot of pride, and I feel like something that like losing Ukraine, and right now he has nothing to lose. I feel like he's like, fuck it, I'll nuke it.
And that's
if I
the
have
point
to.
I wanted to bring up too. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, this is kind of like, of course, we're still dependent on oil, but these nations, they're trying to go to the whole was it nuclear, air, what else? Other other renewable resources. So with Russia, because their first two products that they sell are like, oil and some other type of oil. Literally, those are the two things that they export the most.
Right.
Only oil and
Crude oil or something like that.
Wasn't like 3% that we get our oil, like something like 3%? The US get 3% of the oil from Russia, something
10%.
like that?
10%.
10% was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
But like I'm trying to say that I feel like Putin, he sees that that's kind of the new wave, renewable resources. So what's the major thing that's going to get hit? Their economy. He wants to put the blame on the war being the reason that the economy went down, instead of him saying like, fuck, we're not creating anything. Because all the freaking smartest scientists, doctors, all that are Russian, where are they at? They're in the fucking US, they're in Europe. Like most of the people that are like really advanced, they get the fuck out of Russia.
Yeah.
They leave for the US and
That kind of reminds me of Albert Einstein. Homeboy was German.
He said, "Get me the fuck out of here."
He's skedaddled.
Fuck war.
Yeah. Homeboy. For real. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Bro, guess what? Pudding is only 5'5", bro.
Yeah, I was like, why are you searching up centimeters? Oh,
Bro, pudding is 5'5".
Pudding.
In a good day, 5'6", bro.
once I put in, I don't pull out. In a good day, 5'6". I mean, he's your height. I don't
Put images of Putin, bro.
Bro,
I didn't know who the hell he was
great
before all this
leader,
stuff
no
happened.
great leader has ever been tall, bro. I'll say that much. Just
I
because
didn't notice that.
they got a lot to prove when they're that high.
Like that one,
Homeboy got the extenders on, bro.
Daddy Trump, bro. Daddy
Yeah,
Trump.
I was about to say,
bro, have you ever seen that video where
Daddy
Trump, where Trump grabs him, like handshakes him, but he brings him, pulls him into him?
I didn't watch
Like,
that.
I'm like,
That'd be cool.
bro, that was a straight up like alpha thing that Trump did. That he's like, you know who Daddy is.
See these two motherfuckers right here?
Motherfuckers.
I don't know, man. I don't know, bro.
Who's that?
I feel like,
Put the video real quick of
Right.
Trump
But-
handshaking.
but keep
Putin.
in mind, like with war, it doesn't just like happen like that. It came out that the Chinese, what would you call him? President, or he's what, communist leader?
The communist
I'm
leader,
not-
the leader.
Yeah,
Chinese leader.
the Chinese communist leader. He told Vladimir Putin that don't go to war until we're done with the Olympics.
Oh, wow.
So this is like something they've been planning like ahead.
Yeah, they've
bro.
been
Like,
planning for at least a year, because I read that too, that how the Chinese leader said not to do that before, like during the Olympics, because that was gonna ruin pretty much.
yeah, it's like wait till the Olympics are done and then go to war.
Nah, put Trump Putin funny or something, bro.
Where's
I
Whitaker?
don't think it's that one. I think it was the first time they met. Like, go to actual YouTube. Yeah, just search. Nah, this
Dude,
is
I feel like they're all fake. I feel like they act fake when they meet each other.
no, like this
Do
one
they?
was funny. Trust me. Like,
No,
put,
not that. I'm talking like in general, like when they meet each other, like when they shake
Yeah.
hands. Like,
Oh yeah,
whatever.
for sure. I mean, I feel like everybody is.
You
like
got
that.
to, because like you don't want to be like, man, fuck you, dude,
Yeah.
type shit.
USA.
USA.
Yeah.
Nah,
we,
but
we them
Just for
boys.
funny. Just for funny.
Come on, Jamie.
This
know,
guy,
right?
Jim. I think this is the first. Oh yeah, damn.
This one?
Bro,
Hey, the
this is
video.
at the
This
very
guy has to commentate.
Oh, there we go. Damn, bro.
Bro, he is analyzing everything.
Nah, I didn't even watch an analyzed version of it.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
He said,
Get your ass over here.
Let me kiss it real quick.
But there's little
That's
things
kind of
like
intimidating.
that. There's little things that I feel like these leaders be doing, like the whole, you
Yeah.
know, or like
It's
getting
kind of
the-
like whenever LeBron played
Kyrie.
yeah,
that's
like,
the
every
album.
single time
And
they
couldn't let
kept
go
touching.
of it.
like I'm gonna get the last word.
rub of the head, for real.
Hey yo.
Damn.
Like whenever have you ever seen that video of like whenever they talk when there's these two dudes, I forget the black actor that came out in Get Out, that they're both like talking shit to each other. Oh no, they're complimenting each other, but they're like talking shit to each other.
I never watched
no,
it.
Lakeith.
I barely watched it like 3 weeks ago.
Lakeith.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's trippy.
I
should
heard it
watch
was
it.
good. Yeah.
You should watch it.
Put Lakeith talking shit or like trash talking funny.
But also like how they sit and stuff like that. Because I remember, I think France president was with Trump, and then he was just kind of like this.
Yeah.
And then Trump was just like, and it's kind of like
White
a
language.
power move, you know?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not it. What the fuck? That's Keith Thurman. Bro, why did you go on Google? Go to YouTube. Fucking Jamie over here Googling shit.
In the wrong website. Hey, continue that BTS song.
Hey.
I think it's gonna come up. Like, there's a lot of Lakeith where you gotta put the full name.
Lakeith what?
I don't know how many Lakeith there were. I don't know his last name. Lakeith Stanfield. Yeah, that one. How Canadians fight.
Oh yeah. I've seen that whole.
I saw this.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, this shit's fucking hilarious. Like the way, and that's what we talk about. Like how, like this, is how I feel like government people are whenever they don't fuck with each other.
Mhm.
Like they have to be fake for the camera. Obviously,
Yeah,
they're not
for
gonna
sure.
talk shit to each other. I wonder what it is like behind closed doors. You know, I feel like,
Like,
do you
fuck
think,
that
do you
dude,
think
bro.
they talk shit to each other?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Or like, I don't know. I think they just talk shit like after they go back to their people. And
I feel like they say some
advise
slick
listen.
shit to each other. It's like, man, this motherfucker.
I mean,
talking shit to
honestly, dude, like, I don't know what's gonna happen if you ask me, because you've never had that big of a nation be isolated that big. Be isolated like the way that they're treating Russia now. You're gonna treat them now like North Korea, like Venezuela, and you know what's gonna come out of that. You know,
think it's fair that like all these Russian citizens or that are around the world, especially famous people, are getting sanctioned for what the fuck Russia's
bro.
going on?
I think it's fair
It's part,
game.
of, it's part of the game.
Yeah, I think it's
Just
fair
like
game.
America did some fucked up shit. I mean, shit. Imagine if like they
They'll
paid
do the
attention.
same shit.
Imagine if they paid attention to the amount of shit Americans do, like the amount of wars we get into.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's what I mean. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen because you've never had that big of a nation be so isolated. You know, are there people gonna start like demanding action? How can you if putting us in war? I mean, it's in power. So
I think it's unfair especially if maybe if you live in Russia, yeah, but if you don't live in Russia, like, what's the point of
Is it true that like people in Russia don't know like what's going on? Like
They
were
control
told
everything,
they
yeah.
go told
yeah, so it's
they go told like the wrong thing.
the state controls the media. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a state-run media. So everything is pre-approved by the government.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's the one thing I'm afraid of. What YouTube does, and hopefully we don't get canceled for this shit. Not like by YouTube, but like that, like the way the Trump interview just happened with Nelk. I don't know if you heard about this.
Mhm.
The Nelk boys, they pretty much interviewed Trump.
Send it.
Send it.
You send it.
Well, I've never heard of it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's pretty much they started a podcast too, and then they brought Trump, and he had some misinformation, which it could happen, you know. But they pretty much brought it down, and they were close to 5 million views and stuff, and they brought it down. And I feel like that's a huge problem because even if it's misinformation or anything, I feel like you should not block it. You should not take it down.
But the reason why the Nelk interview with Trump was taken down in the defense of YouTube, it was because of they violated terms and conditions. If someone if someone is blocked and if someone was blocked out of YouTube for doing whatever they did, and they open a new channel, that channel will automatically get knocked out again. So that's what happened
But with all the crazy shit that there is on YouTube, like you would think,
right. So that's what I mean.
Yeah, but that's when it shows the true colors of like you're really just controlling one side of the narrative, you know?
Yeah. So I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought it was wrong because why would you not allow an ex-president to say what he has to say? So to me, that point was completely
and
wrong
I know
by
exactly
YouTube.
why it got taken down. They already said it. It came out because of what he said about the election. It was manipulated. It was that's why he lost. But then again, you go back into whenever Trump won. Go to the other side. Whenever Trump won, the other side was preaching about how Russia helped the election, and that was misinformation as well because they did the whole investigation. It came out to not to be true. So why do those people get to not get knocked down? Well, it came out
to be not fully true. So that's what I mean. Like, there's just bads and there's just wrongs on every single side.
Yeah, but that's when you see the bias of.
Well, yeah. At the end of the day, it's like who controls the platform. Yeah, and
I think YouTube is a little bit too liberal, way too liberal.
YouTube, Twitter, every media, bro, every mainstream, like Twitter.
Twitter is not that
Bro, what are you talking about?
Like, yeah,
the most
wokest, bro. You can't.
High profile wise, yes, and also high profile wise in YouTube.
Nah, even regular people get shut down, or if they start talking.
But
shit
it's back to the point of like who controls it. At the end of the day, these are businesses. Just like how a business could like say, no, you can't come into my store. Is the same thing.
They already did. I think they already did a data about who they vote for, and Democrat or Republican, or what their views are. And I think it was like Twitter was like 97%, some shit like that.
So
liberal.
Funny,
like,
I mean, I know Twitter.
I
know Twitter. You'll get banned real quick by saying the dumb things in 17 seconds type of shit. But what I'm trying to say, I'm confused. I'm confusing the speed at which you can gain information, and YouTube. It takes a long time for you to get something passed down. You got to work with the algorithm. You got to pray that the algorithm works in your favors at times. Whereas in Twitter, the algorithm, there's really not much of an algorithm. They're barely starting to have that algorithm where, like, if you like sports, here's more tweets about that.
Didn't they always have that?
They're barely beginning, and they're really emphasizing now on all those things, because sometimes you refresh your TL, and if you don't have those personalized tweets, you have nothing to see.
Twitter is.
Have you? I know you're a big Twitter guy. Have you ever been blocked or?
As far as I know, no. Not that I know of. Might have, but I don't know. I think Twitter is such an underrated platform. Like,
were you a big guy talking during the election? You're sharing your opinions about it?
Yes, I definitely was. But looking back at it, I was a dumbass. I was just like everybody else talking. Like, we don't know what the fuck we're saying. So that was definitely I was one of them.
I was definitely one of them.
You know what's crazy about it is that I would troll people at Twitter whenever it was the election. Especially because I can't vote.
I remember that's the first time we interacted with each other. I think it was during the election.
Yeah, because they were coming at me, man. And at the same time, it's like I can't even vote. But I was like, what? I'm gonna troll them. I'm just gonna have fun with it. I can't even vote, but like people with the part that like people would judge you based on just one thing, one political view, even though they had no idea who you were or what you lived through. And it's crazy how that it comes once it comes to elections, how the country it separates literally.
Yeah, everybody gets so defensive and everybody acts like they know everything.
Yeah,
and it's so stupid. Like how people say, "Oh, you like Trump? You're racist." Like, where does that come from? Like, that's so fucking stupid. Yeah. Especially we're talking about politics here, that's in my opinion.
That's exactly how it goes. Both sides have that, you know.
You're
a Republican, you're racist. You're a Democrat, you're a pedophile. Yeah, those are the two things that
you always go to the extreme, with whatever side.
The extreme,
and it's crazy how you can't how you always say you're a centrist or whatever.
I'm definitely a centrist,
but I feel like we all are because there's views where obviously liberal views where we all agree in. Yeah, there's also views where like on conservative side that we all agree on as well.
Yeah,
so like, and that's how I think. I don't know. Maybe what a percentage you think is like that in America?
Let me just put it this way, bro. Like, I don't want someone to have an abortion every 9 months. Like you're on your 10th abortion. Goddamn, right?
What the fuck are you talking about?
A little snap card.
The 10th one is free.
Exactly. But I also don't want.
That's the fucking most weird fucking example you gave, bro.
But I also don't want someone that's gay to be like bashed down or you are a sin type of shit, because I'm not religious.
I'm a firm believer in just whatever you want to do, just do it. Like it's none of my business whatever you want to do with your life or your body or whatever.
A lot of folks that you say that to, they'll be like, okay, so you're telling me that if someone wants to kill someone, they should just do it?
I didn't think of it that way.
So then face the consequences then.
So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
exactly.
You can do it, but shit, you're gonna be locked
I never
up.
heard that before.
So that's where a lot of religious folks, they're like, that's why I'm religious, because I feel like everybody should be religious, because if you know you kill, then you know the consequences. God is gonna kill you too, type of shit. I'm like, I don't like that.
It can't be, or like maybe it's not God. Maybe you kill my cousin, bro. I'm gonna come back and kill you.
Right. So when it comes down to, you know, why I'm centrist, it's because, bro, these religious folks, like I put it in your way, bro, if you say, because I'm a firm believer in, and you know, if you do what you're supposed to do, good, but you're not perfect, so you're going to commit mistakes. You learn your mistakes, you learn your lesson, type of shit, you keep it going. So I'm all about doing what you believe in doing, whether it's right or wrong, make your mistake, learn from it. So that's what I mean. Like when it comes down to religion, bro, these fuckers want everybody to do the right mistake at every single time.
You know,
What do you mean the right mistake?
I mean, they want to. You want to make the right choice. You want to be perfect, and no one's perfect, bro.
Yeah,
Everybody
but there's consequences to everything, though.
What were you gonna say though?
I'm actually a religious guy, to be honest. Not too religious, but I'm religious.
Yeah.
I don't like the stereotype that I don't like how religious people like try to shove down their religion to you. I don't like that. I feel like that's like a negative thing that makes religion looks bad. If anything.
Exactly.
And
If anything,
I just
pushes
believe
them away, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, I ain't trying to be like you, bro.
But yeah, and like just do whatever. Again, just do whatever you want to do. Like, but don't shove down your opinion to other people. Don't shove your opinion down to the people.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I always say too, as well. I mean, that's why, like I said, going on of like based off like I always get. I think somebody said this in a podcast the other day, and I saw it, and it was like, man, it's so true. Like I'm a liberal to like ideas, but like when it comes to money, I'm as conservative as it comes. You know, like do whatever you want to with like fucking gay marriage,
but don't touch my taxes.
But don't touch my money, bro. As soon as my finances, like that's all I care about. You know. Like every other thing else, bro, you can do whatever you want to, you know?
and that's where a lot of folks, that's why they lean conservative. Because a lot of folks, they don't understand how much a lot of folks pay taxes in. And if you tell them, I'm going to lower your taxes by 2%, bro. That 2%, bro, that's like 3 mil type of shit. So like, that's why a lot of folks lean conservative. And that's what I really hate about the left party, the Democratic Party. Because not too long ago, it used to be the Republicans used to house the racists, all these, you know, bigots. And I'm sorry, take that back. The Democrats used to be the party where like everybody was racist and they would be at the party, you know. And JFK came along and changed that. He passed all these civil rights, and they were like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna go."
The Republican Party was started by African American people, so
the Republican Party, you know, was the party of Abraham Lincoln, you know. But they did the party switch and shit, and you know what? They said, you know, I'm no longer Republican. I feel more welcome than I'm no longer Democrat. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the Republican Party, where I can be a racist, a bigot type of shit. And if you want to vote for JFK, go ahead and be a Democrat and stay a Democrat, because back then JFK was a Democrat and he changed everything. But point is that
he literally changed everything, bro.
But the beliefs that JFK had back then, you would consider them like conservative now.
Exactly. They were conservative. They were democratic, true democratic.
You know, right to bear arms.
Exactly.
Abortion, financial stuff, but civil rights as well.
I mean, shit, Obama was all against all that too.
All the Confederates.
When he became a president in 08, bro.
But that's what I mean.
He changed his mind because he knew he would get elected.
But that's what I mean. All the Confederates, after the Civil War, they turned to the Democratic Party. So after the party switch in the 1960s, everybody that was Democrat turned to the Republican Party. And that's what I mean. The Democrats need to do something about this, because it went both ways. The Republicans that were good switched to the Democrat Party. And that's what the Democrats need to do. They need to bring in more voters that are, you know, less taxes, the better. But they're never going to do that.
Nah, because their whole mentality is like, we got to help everybody, safety net, more pretty much health care for everybody and stuff like that.
So that's what I mean. That's why the Democratic Party, it's still not a great party to be a part of, because
each side has their pros and cons. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but
each side has their pros and cons. At the end of the day, I would say just freaking live your life, bro. You know, there's not much you could do about certain things, and
ignorance is bliss, but not at that part, bro. Touch my money, I'm good. I'm gonna make sure that
I'm saying like that's why you gotta be self-sufficient. you know, you got your business or you got your investments that you're able to live off. Most of the time, like, you know, politics is something that you don't even freaking worry your time about.
That's why the point where like a lot of Californians are moving because of the way the economy is in California, and they move to Texas where the economy is so great, no state taxes and everything like that. And then they come and try to change the fucking government.
We need more taxes.
Yeah, we need more taxes. Like, bro, you just moved away from that. What the hell are you voting? Like, you think Beto is gonna win?
No,
Nah.
Who do you think is gonna win after that?
I think what's his name?
Matthew McConaughey looking at.
Nah.
Who's running? Just Abbott and
Abbott and Beto.
yeah.
That's already it.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think they were already selected for
they
Democrat.
were selected, right?
Yeah,
And I've never been like into politics like that. Like I can't vote, like I said, so it's never caught my attention really.
But you're gonna be able.
No, for sure. I'm actually gonna be able to vote like next year or something.
Exactly. So you better do your research, man.
Yeah.
I hope you vote, bro.
but I feel like sometimes it's kind of just like how sports and other things that are a big distraction are. You know, if you really focus on things like that, sometimes you get so deeply attached to it and emotionally attached to it that you're just like, you know, you start hating people that disagree with you and stuff like that.
Nah,
People don't even know. I mean, the
way I
fucking people
see it-
hating me. Shit.
Yes, I agree. The way I see it, it's a great time to have a great conversation with folks. But then people fuck up whenever they try to cancel folks, whenever they try to have these arguments that are stupid and they can't back it up with actual, you know, an actual argument. It's just name calling, oh, you're stupid or type of shit. Oh, you're racist because you support Trump. And that's where a lot of folks are I think are starting to mature. Because, you know, we don't give a shit.
Well, keep in mind the other people that when you think about it, other people that like at least in my point of view, or like when the people that I was arguing with on Twitter, which I wasn't really arguing, I was just trolling. I was having fun with it, but when you think about it, it was their first election because it was before that the previous election they were 17, so they couldn't vote at the time. So this was their first election, and they're now that Biden has been president for 3 years, then they really see that he didn't do none of the shit he promised.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, like, oh really, like I really was fighting for something. If they look back, probably like, and a lot of them do look back because I still have them on Twitter. Or like I see them shown on Twitter and stuff. They really
is that whenever you're young, bro, like that shit
You're
happens.
naive.
Yeah, like I think there's the saying of like
the older you get, the more conservative you get.
Yeah, if you're a Democrat, excuse me, let me see. If you are a Democrat and you're old, you have no brain. If you're a conservative and you're young, you have no heart or something like that. So like, you know, the older that you get, like you talked about money wise and other factors that lean conservative are a bigger factor. But then like whenever you're like in college, you're not paying for shit. You just want free healthcare, free this, free that, like free college, free all this shit. Like, of course you're gonna vote for that.
You know, going back to free stuff. What's your opinion on people who like think that what's it called? Housing should be a free thing.
housing.
Housing.
I mean, it shouldn't. I mean, at the end they
like. Yeah, a lot of people say that housing should
you
be
as a real estate,
right.
real estate.
Yeah, well, yeah.
yeah. For you were like, fuck that.
Well, yeah, I am a little biased. I am a little biased.
Yeah.
But then again, you started with nothing. You had to earn that. You know, you had to earn that real estate that you bought, and then now you tenant somebody. Anybody else could do it. You know, like you did. Like this is not something that is like
But that phrase of like, what is that? Get yourself up from your bootstraps or whatever and shit.
Like Kim Kardashian, bro. Get your ass up and
just
work.
Nobody wants to work now. No, but like that's such an unpopular opinion because sometimes people, like we were talking about at the start of the podcast, they get trapped in the whole 9-to-5 debt cycle that they're never gonna be able to be in your situation. You know, you are somebody who's young, has passive income, has real estate properties. There's a lot of people that right now they're making decisions that they're gonna be fucked for the rest of their life.
Yeah. But let me ask you something. Because you worked at for like a 9-to-5 job.
Yes,
don't
I do.
You?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So like, I think it's most based on the decisions they make in their lives, like drinking, going out, and stuff.
Yeah.
Again, that's something
Money
that
management.
you put on yourself, and then again, you want other people to pay for something, the decisions that you made. You know.
Yeah.
Like I know when I go out, like I waste a lot of money, and it's like fuck. I'm gonna have to recover from this amount of money I've wasted because now I'm investing. You know, I have a certain amount of money I have to invest every month, and if I don't do it, then I'm already a month behind. You know, so like I know that before I even go out. You know, And like a lot, I feel shit. 90, I think I don't know how many people percentage young people don't think that. You know,
Nah,
they're just
who
like,
wants to be responsible?
Yeah.
Who wants to be? Who wants to take accountability?
And then when you say older people get more conservative, and I'm not talking about financially, and that's a lot of thing I saw on Twitter. Like whenever there was elections, it's like we don't really. It's like they don't really care about money. But then when you think about it, the older you get, you have a family to take care of, you know, and any cent counts, you know, towards like whatever you have to take care of your kids and all that.
Facts.
So it's like at the same time, it's like it's you know, like you'll see the growth in people. And maybe they do turn conservative at the end of the day.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a learning process for everything. But other than that, boys, do you have anything else you want to say?
Oh, dude, I want to talk to you about what happened today.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Yeah, before we go, we forgot to talk about that.
You're not following me on Instagram, right? Oh, okay. Well,
follow him, bro. You're missing out.
I got you. Yeah,
you're missing out on the action.
Yeah, for sure.
So you know what happened today? I saw your story.
Okay,
my boy was wilding.
Okay, so it's a huge drama thing.
Okay.
So you know, I'm a landlord, right? I have currently have 3 properties, and I have tenants, right? One of the tenants, I actually filed to start an eviction. How convenient, you know, right before the podcast, right? So I was like, this will definitely be a podcast topic to talk about.
Yeah.
So on Monday, her rent was due. Actually, she pays every 15, and Tuesday was 15, right? So she hasn't paid me since February 15. And sorry, her last payment was January 15. So she still owes for February 15. So I was getting tired of it, and I filed for an eviction. I already did all that stuff. I already did all the paperwork, all the payments, everything, whatever. So basically what happened was she's been a tenant for like over a year now. And
okay, fairly new.
She's my first tenant. She's my very first tenant. So so you know, there's mistakes to make.
Yeah.
As a landlord, there's mistakes to make. And I saw this coming. I knew it would happen to me eventually. She started off by paying late all the time. She always had an excuse. Every single month, she has an excuse.
Yeah.
And you know, at first, of course, you know, I'm a person who, like, if you told me, oh, I can't because this happened or whatever, I'll be understanding the first month. Second month, maybe, you know. But after it happens every month, like, you know, am I wrong for not feeling bad for you at this point?
Yeah.
So I basically, long story short, I just got tired of it. And today she called me and she said that something happened with her and she can't pay the rent until next month. And I'm like, it's the same shit every fucking month. Every freaking month is the same shit. And I'm tired of it. And so she told me, she literally said, if you want me out of the house, get a court letter and I'll get out of the house. And that completely blew my mind. Like, I didn't expect that from you. Shit. I didn't expect you to be like, get a court letter. And like, you want to go that, you know, do that big of a
legal
step.
Action and shit.
Yeah, you really want that. Like, if you want, like, I told her on the phone call, I said, if you want, just leave peacefully. We'll leave it at that. Don't pay me. Get the hell out of my house. We'll leave it at that. And then I told her, do that or pay me. And that's and I was pretty firm with her. I don't mean to be an asshole, but I was pretty firm with her. I'm like, these are the only 2 options that I'm giving you. And she's like, okay. And we hung up. And then 5 minutes later, she called me. Hey, Francisco, I'm so sorry. I love the house so much. And my daughters go to school. We're all so happy, peaceful life. And you know, I fell alone with the house and all this puppy dog bullshit that I saw coming, because she's just like that. She's the type of person to you know,
sweet talk you and then hit you with the, nah, give me the court order.
Exactly. At first she was like, you know, get the court order. And now she's saying, no, I'm so sorry. So basically it's proof. It's just obvious that she was taking advantage of me. She didn't think I was serious. It's a proof. So,
I feel like you said something in the story where it's like that in your story that she pretty much said that she was doing you a favor.
Yeah. Oh, that pissed me off so much. Oh my God. So she, in the phone call, she said, hey, I'm doing you a favor. I'm staying in the house. I'm taking care of the house. I'm remodeling it every once in a while. And I'm paying you with it. Sometimes she pays late fees as well. So that's a good thing, I guess. She's like, I'm paying you late fees and I'm doing you a favor because if I leave, you're going to have to worry about getting somebody else. You're going to have to worry about what if they're a shitty tenant. You have to worry about what if they ruin the house, all the bullshit. And I kid you not, I was laughing as she was saying this.
Do you really know how the real estate is right now? Like,
exactly. And on top of that, I'm gonna say it. I'm charging her $1,650 a month for rent for a 3-2.
But that
That's extremely low for Dallas
for
area.
sure.
Hey, that's what she gonna baby you, bro. She gonna make you that sweet heart cake and everything, bro. Like, don't kick me out, bro. $16.95.
I don't think she realizes how cheap
a
that
house.
is. Like she'd probably taking that for granted.
Yeah.
And that's extremely cheap.
Hey,
That-
bro.
I feel like that's whenever she gave you that call again, she's like, oh,
Yeah,
shit.
she had the time to think, and I knew that would happen. I knew she would
Hey,
fucking-
how about this, bro? Kick her out, $16.90 right here, me right now.
Let me make a deal.
Right now,
17.
bro.
Well, the estimate for that
I'll
house.
pay her
$1,700 is starting at.
I'll pay her past rent. Just give it to me.
I'll bid higher than him, bro. 17. Like,
Actually, well, the estimate is roughly around 1900.
yeah, 19.
For the-
Where is this at in?
It's Carrollton by
Oh, no,
for
yeah, for
show.
sure. Carrollton is.
For sure.
Beltline
Calm
Josie.
suburb.
Yeah.
So close to everything.
High demand for sure.
High demand.
Bro, Carrollton is such a high demand. Some houses are really old.
Yeah,
and they're
Carrollton-
overpriced as fuck.
I'm
man.
also a big Carrollton nerd. Like,
Yeah.
you know, me being a UPS driver, I drive all around Carrollton, so I know every single last area of it.
Nice.
And if you ask me any question about Carrollton, I'll be like, yeah, I know the answer or whatever for the most part.
Mm.
And I heard people say that Carrollton is an old city. Like, there's a lot of old houses,
Mhm.
but it's not an ugly city. It's definitely not an ugly city by any
no.
means.
Do you
There's
think? Do you think it's smart to invest right now in real estate? Like right now, current state of how it is, inflation.
Well, if you're talking about flipping and short term, like if you're trying to make a quick buck, I don't think so. But if you're going for long term, like I think any time is good. Long term.
Long term.
That's just
Yeah.
what I think. Everything, like I said, everything I do is long term. I had thoughts about flipping. I do plan on doing that sometime in my life, but right now, you know, I'm sticking to long term.
Just pretty much flipping, like and remodeling, or just wholesaling, like the house, or like.
The Burr method. You know the Burr method.
Yeah.
So basically, it's when you buy a house and you fix it up or whatever, and then refinance, and then you rent it out, and just basically get a bunch of money, and you repeat it over and over again.
Mhm.
I plan on doing that, and I also plan on doing a flip, just flipping, just a regular
Mm.
flip, you know. And
But the location is the key.
for sure,
Location is the main.
I'm very picky on that.
Where's
I'm
your
not-
Where's your main investments in? Just Carrollton and Atlas?
I have two houses right now in Carrollton. My condo that I mentioned earlier in Koreatown, that's also in Carrollton, but it's being built as we speak, and it won't be ready until summer. And my third house that I
Okay.
just recently bought is in Little Elm.
Nice.
Gotcha.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of that is going up north too as well. North and then Rockwall area, it's big in real
Dude,
estate right now.
the amount of growth in North Dallas is crazy. Like
Yeah.
Frisco and North, crazy.
Little Elm, Aubrey is a lot
Aubrey.
of, bro. That's
Selena
actually because I'm looking for a house for my mom. That's
For your
the one
mom,
thing-
bro. For yourself.
No, for my mom.
Damn, bro. I
I
can't
don't
do
need
that.
a house right now.
I can't do that, bro. No offense to you, but like, there's a lot of folks a lot of Mexicans that be like, yeah, let me take care of my mom. Let me take care
Well,
of
when
my
you
dad.
think about it, when you put it in perspective, you never got raised by your mom, but
Yeah,
my
yeah, I
mom
get
was a
that.
single
Yeah.
mother
Well, that's
that like took care of me, you know, like when I had like needed.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like the type of mentality that you gotta have whenever you make it. You know, like, oh, I made $100,000 this with this one specific check. All of it is gonna go towards my mom. You know, all of these athletes.
Well, he's not saying that everything goes to his
Yeah,
mom.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like I invest, and that money that I'm investing, that's for me.
Mhm.
And later on, when I get a house, I don't need a house right now. I'm
Mhm.
single, so like, what's the point of getting a house right
Yeah.
now if I can pretty much make sure first that my mom's good. Once my mom's good, I can and
I
start
guess
investing.
so.
In
I mean,
well, when I'm already investing in the stock market as much as I am right now, then the house is something that I like. Now I don't need to give it to my mom.
Yeah.
but it's something that for me is something accomplishment, a goal that I put in myself a long time ago. You
Yeah.
know?
To me, my perspective is you gotta take care of yourself first, and everybody else second.
Mhm.
Well, that's
Yeah,
boy,
I guess.
I mean, yeah,
To each
that
their own. It
is
just
true.
depends on the life you have.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
depending on the life you have. But then again, like I said, it's like,
Because he's saying he's already taken care of.
yeah, I'm already taken care of. Like
Now
money
he's
wise for
taken
me is
care
not a
of.
problem.
Mhm.
That's why I'm like, that's why I can take care of my mom because to me, regardless if I get my mom a house, I'm still able to buy
And
whatever
now,
I want for
yeah,
myself.
you said you want to buy your mom a house. Like, how are you gonna buy? Like you're talking about you buy for her, or y'all buy it together, or
no,
you help her
no,
out
just
with the payment?
like yeah, she'll give me money supposedly, but
Like under your name? Under your name? Is that what you're saying?
Under my name.
Gotcha.
But to me, it's like whatever money she gives me, I pretty much put into the house, and that's why I was gonna ask you too. I don't know if you're gonna do this with your house or not. But one thing is, as soon as I get her house, is I want to put solar panels on it, Is that something that is smart, or is that a bad idea?
I haven't looked into that.
Because I didn't know that like you could get a tax break off of that, your mortgage and all that.
I
investing into solar panels.
Heard about
it.
that.
It is expensive,
sure.
but it is worth it at the end of the day. Because I'm trying to get a Tesla too. I mean, I'm pretty sure he is too. But that does
truck,
help you.
right?
The
Tesla truck.
You gonna get it,
that
bro?
does help a lot.
Huh?
You gonna get the Tesla truck?
Nah, I'm good.
You have which one do you have?
Actually, I want to talk about this also.
Yeah.
I don't have a Tesla.
anymore?
And no, I don't, because we talked about this earlier, the car payment thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't. Okay, so every house I bought.
You had a Tesla though, right?
No, I never had a Tesla.
Oh, never had a Tesla.
Oh, wow.
The pictures I have, they're all from what's it called?
Fucking Instagram
Test
influencer
drives.
out here.
Test drives. They're
Oh,
test
test
drives.
drive.
Yeah. So the way I afforded my house is because I didn't have any debt. I don't have any loans, any like no debt. The only debt I have is mortgage payments.
Yep.
And that's how I could afford the house that I got.
Got you.
If I had a car payment, I couldn't afford any house, or at least not as good of a house.
Man, that's crazy, bro. How you're honestly, you're at a perfect time to invest in real estate.
Ahead of people, honestly.
Ahead of people, because you already have you have 4 properties?
I'm going on the fourth right now.
Fourth
but
property, man. That's something that people don't really get to say,
Yeah.
Like that's
And
something.
it's all the mindset. Like I've always said to myself, it all started when I got my job as a UPS driver. Like I was working there for a few months and I loved it. When I first started, I'm like, wow, this job pays me so much and it's a good workout and I want to be here for the rest of my life, And then after like a few months, I'm like, dang, this job is tiring. Like I'm getting tired of it. I like it, but I'm getting tired of it. And then that's when that's basically how it sparked my interest in investing. Like, how do I make money without working? Because I don't want to be doing this shit.
And you know what's crazy? I feel like you got that type of exposure because I'm pretty sure you were probably the youngest in that type of workforce.
Mm-hmm. I definitely was. I consider UPS my career now, and I basically got it when I was like 22 years old.
Right.
21.
And were you probably the youngest?
I was one of the youngest for sure.
Yeah. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, regardless of that,
These old farts.
but even if you work with older people, I don't think I mean, I don't know personally, but I don't think I've ever worked with an older person and they've given me advice,
I don't want to be 50 years old still working there. I don't.
That's one thing that I...
Not that it's a bad thing. I just don't want to do
that's
that.
one thing that I always took into consideration.
Yeah.
When like I always worked with older people in restaurants and all this, and whenever I try to invest in something and maybe make a mistake or something, I would always see it as like they would try to put me down on like, nah, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's like, why am I going to take an advice from you if you're working the job that I'm working when I'm 19, 18?
Yeah, exactly.
The same job and you're like 50, 55,
Yeah, but
like, you clearly didn't work anything in your life then, like, and there was some genuine, like, I guess advice that they would give me, but you could tell the difference between somebody who's genuinely telling you they've done this before and like, be careful with it, because there goes ways where like, no, you can't do that, or be careful with this. You might make a mistake in this and this, and it's an advice by like somebody just telling you.
Yeah, but then again, I don't tell my colleagues my plans or I don't ask for...
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like somebody, like let's say your colleague tells you they're trying to invest in
those.
or something that you're like day trading that you know.
I mean...
And then, but you tell them, don't like... You tell them, nah, you can't do this. Day trading is like, you look like, you tell them your experience. You tell them your experience of like you lost money instead of telling them, look, I made these mistakes. Don't try to make those same mistakes. You know?
But I don't go to work to socialize. Honestly, the way
That's me.
The way I go about things is I put on my expensive clothes and I go out.
This guy right here.
No, dead ass, and I go to work
looking like a K-pop star.
Yeah, dead ass. I go to work and nah, for real.
I don't even know what they dress
since it's a sales environment.
Supreme Well, bro.
Since it's a sales environment, you kind of, if you do good, you're gonna get paid well. If you don't do well, then you're not gonna get paid so well. So if you're always performing and you're always pacing your 40-year-old colleagues and shit,
old fart,
and
you're gonna have a name for yourself type of shit.
Maybe it's different for me because the company I work in is a lot smaller. It's still sales, but it's a lot smaller,
right.
and all my colleagues are my age.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, what I do, it's always under a microscope because they're like trying to figure out, oh shit,
You know what I see it as too? That you're the youngest kid in your family. Oh,
Right.
not the youngest because you have a younger brother. But I'm the older brother of fucking 6 kids.
Yeah.
So like to me, I've always been the older brother. So
Yeah.
I always try to give that advice. So maybe mentally we're different. We have different views.
Yeah.
Where like
I do-
anybody needs an advice, I'm always there for them.
I get you. I get
And
what you're
maybe
saying.
that's because I've lived that life, that like I'm always giving advice. I'm always the one they ask for. And you're like, nah, I'm competitive, like I'm trying to do this.
Yeah,
Is there
but-
younger people?
There is, but like
How do you feel about that?
I feel like that's a mistake that the company's doing.
they give you an opportunity. How is that a mistake?
That's what I mean. They're hiring these fucking old farts. They keep on
So what's a mistake that they have old people or that they have?
they keep on hiring old people instead of young
okay, I
people.
thought-
You want young people?
Yes, bro. Give
Okay,
them a
gotcha,
chance.
gotcha.
Give
I
them a
gotcha.
chance.
I thought you said it
because-
was a mistake that they hired young people. I'm like,
No.
damn, bro.
No.
You hate it.
But
The
do
other
you
way
feel
around.
do you feel any intimidation that these young people are gonna come in and be more?
The competitiveness, the
It
competitiveness.
already is happening. 100%. They hired recently. They hired a girl. Her name is Maria. She's
killing it.
really, really
They
good.
names.
Bro, girls
yeah.
are good at salesmen, bro.
Yeah.
Just because they're natural boys,
Yeah.
just automatically you.
Yeah, man.
Like the way I work as a salesman too, but like I call other companies that are like working with us in the company.
You use a
And
girl voice?
No. they have girls working, and I'm like, damn, like this girl sounds like she's fine as hell, bro. Like
I know.
I'm trying to see what she looks like. I'm like,
Hex,
God
yeah.
damn, and maybe she is ugly as fuck, but her voice, that voice,
300
bro.
pound.
Bro, I was like, I would definitely, bro.
But that voice sounds like she's 60 pounds.
What's wrong with what's wrong with everybody, bro?
Bro, point is the visually pleasing aspect of the voice.
But
You should
60,
put-
60 that's a
Okay,
little too low,
I meant to say
bro.
120.
Yeah, that is too low, like 60. You could have said 100. Come on.
100, my bad.
60.
Wait, what was he talking about? What did he say? 60?
he's like a 300 pound. He's like, but in reality, she's 60. Like, damn.
Oh, shit.
What is that like? Who weighs that? Like,
No,
Bro, not even me, bro.
60? Damn, bro. Imagine
Shit.
he's talking about 60 pounds.
Yeah. God
Bro,
damn.
nobody weighs 60 pounds. What are
Yeah.
you talking about? Only like a little kid.
It was a joke. Get it? We get it. But point is that so but the cool thing about me is that like
a midget, bro.
I never talk about that type of shit.
You never know.
I never talk about my finances. I never talk about my lifestyle. I mean, it's what's not said is understood type of shit. Like they already know what's up.
And another thing I want to talk about real quick is finance. Like, how do y'all feel about finance? And in terms of like, I know talking about money is something that people don't want to talk about.
No, we got to talk about it though.
Yeah.
And I don't understand. Like, personally, talking about money, if anything, it motivates me. So,
Yeah.
like, what's so wrong about talking about how much you make?
Well, the
Like,
thing,
I don't
that's
see
the
what's wrong
older
about
thing,
that.
though.
Yeah. But still, people are like, I'm never gonna tell people how much I make or whatever. Like, why?
But
I'm just curious. Like,
it's good that people don't want to talk about it because it helps you understand that I shouldn't really be associated with that type of individual. Because
Can you just say you didn't want to?
I've always.
go ahead.
Since I was little, I've always asked people, how much do you make? But I didn't see it as a bad thing.
Yeah.
Right. Me neither.
When I was growing up, I was making freaking $7.25 an hour back when, that was a thing. And I saw someone making $11. And I'm like, okay, what could I do to get to $11
Yeah.
as well? And that's the mentality I always had. That's why I always aim for more money.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I see it as motivation.
So to put it into an example, these fuckers, they know my mistakes, bro. They know, my the hard work that I've put in my credit, but also the mistakes that I committed with my credit. So like they know exactly how much I make annually.
Are you guys open? Are you guys open to talk about like how much I make?
Yeah,
or
like
whatever?
they know exactly.
Not that I want to hear what y'all say, but like I'm just wondering.
Yeah, yeah.
They know exactly how much I've made in the past 2 years, 3 years.
Because we all started working at the same company,
Yeah.
and like we kind of knew around the amount of money we made. Obviously, we made a lot less back then when we met,
Right.
And
Yeah.
we came up and all our jobs, and I feel like that's just a growth. But then again, I feel like maybe we're comfortable with it. Maybe like I get in your point where like maybe somebody who's a stranger will come and then just directly ask you.
Yeah.
Then maybe it seemed weird. Like,
But like, I see it like you, like it's motivation. Like, oh shit, like what could I get to
Exactly.
What could I do to get to that point as well, or surpass it?
If someone was to ask me, "Hey, Francisco, I heard that you're into finance. How much money do you make?" I'll just fucking tell them straight up. And if they ask me how, I'll tell them how.
But that's where I don't like that. For example, let's go back to my example. You said it yourself. I thought you say you just go to work and you fuck everybody. That's how I approach things, because in a lifestyle where you're doing better than others, if you create that type of image that to someone else that, hey, I'm doing better than you, even though that's not what you intended.
Understand.
It's gonna come out as you're doing better than me, no matter what, because you are. That's the truth.
It just depends how people take it.
You know what's crazy?
They're always gonna take it that way.
You know what's
bro.
crazy? Whenever you first started getting the job, you were like that though.
Yeah,
I feel like you
exactly.
learned. And I think maybe I told you this and alone, not in front of other people, because I would see that a lot of people would take it as in like. I wouldn't take it as you're showing off, because I knew you,
right?
And I knew where you come from.
I agree.
But when people don't know you, and then you start talking about how much you make,
I'm making this much.
They see it as bragging, even though maybe he's just excited about what he's doing, and a new job.
Yeah.
And people would take it.
Don't
as
get me
bragging.
wrong. I don't go around just telling people how much I make. No, I like if they ask me, I'll figure.
Right. And that's what I mean. Where like I've come to an agreement that like.
Maybe we told you too much, bro, and you're like, man, fuck that, I ain't telling anybody.
There's a saying, there's new money and old money. Old money is where like it's so much, but like we don't really talk about it. New money is where like, oh, I just got it, so I want to like, show it off type of shit. So I go about it that way because I don't want to create that image of my coworker. If they ask me, I'm 23, barely 23, and I'm doing this, that, you're 43 and you're barely about to do like, let's say I want to buy a house in the next six months. Homegirl is still renting, has 3 kids, isn't even performing how I'm performing. So that's where I don't want to create that image.
I would say like, I get that, but like at the end of the day, you also don't want to be too invested in their situation.
Yeah, exactly. So I just keep it cordial.
Exactly.
Let's
say
today.
that she wins the lottery and now she's way more ahead than you.
Exactly.
And you're just like, fuck.
Bro, everybody in there, not necessarily they don't hate me, but they always like where, they always like me, and they like having my me being how do you call it? My attendance,
Your presence?
My presence, my presence is liked because I go about my business. I go about, my business, and business. I'm going to make you laugh no matter what. How's your day going? Oh, you look just like your daughter. She shows me a picture type of shit. Like, type of shit. Like, bro, like,
what were you saying?
Damn, I'll fuck this bitch.
Bro, Ella's the type of say some fucking...
bro, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, I'm out here having a fucking conversation with a whole ass mom and shit. Like, and she's, feeling so open to the point where like, oh yeah, here's my daughter, type of shit. Like, I'm just here having fun.
Oh my God. Like me as a UPS driver, people like start conversations with me. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's just some of them are
when
awkward.
you deliver stuff?
Yeah.
You're just trying to...
I gotta get to the next
Like,
thing.
I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just trying to do my job, a lot of people say like try to make jokes with me and it didn't hit. And I'm like, like...
Do you have to get people signature all the time?
Sometimes. Yeah.
What jokes do they tell you?
I don't know. Sometimes talk about... I cannot think of any off the top of my head.
It's always corny though, right?
Yeah, probably.
Especially they're old. Like,
probably
always gotta do the fake laugh.
Yeah, probably.
Bro,
bro.
I used to be a waiter. I mean, I that's pretty much all I worked in since I was young.
Fake laugh.
Now I stopped that. I became a salesman afterward, but like before that, it was always like the restaurant industry.
Hell yeah,
and man, you have to make so much fake laugh in the restaurant industry.
And going back to my job, like that's the reason why I like my job, because like for the most part, I'm outside driving, and I'm alone. I'm alone. Yeah, I get to listen to podcasts all day, music, whatever I want to listen to. I'm alone, and I don't got a supervisor for the most part. I don't got a supervisor over my shoulder watching me or whatever.
Right.
And me being a little bit more introverted, it's perfect for me. And then me also being a real estate investor, I get to drive by. I already mentioned that I delivered to Carrollton, right? I get to drive by the Carrollton streets, and sometimes houses are for sale. Or sell by owner, they're not on the market. So I get to, be one of the first ones to see that
there
stuff.
We go.
Damn,
It's like the perfect job for me, honestly.
Throw me one my way, bro.
Competitive advantage.
Bro,
yeah, exactly.
That's so true, bro. Because
that's a good ass job.
You're getting
if you're in real estate investment.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect for me.
You're getting paid to scout your next purchase.
Dead ass.
Yeah, and also my job. Getting paid to exercise,
bro.
as well.
And that's exactly what I mean.
Exercise
Like, bro, no offense to the folks that are already established. They don't have that 9 to 5, but they get paid a lot of money, and they don't have to work for anybody. But they pay a shit ton of taxes because they don't have that corporation that's paying 50% of the Medicare tax and shit like that, like, or Social Security tax. Because in a 9 to 5, the corporation pays 50% of the Medicare tax, and then the other 50% is paid by you.
Yeah.
But if you're fully employed by yourself, self-employed, you gotta pay 100% of that.
I use, I feel like I'm blessed that I got an amazing job, and I use, the saying online, use your 9 to 5 to fuel your what's it called?
Yeah.
Bro, the
5 to
benefits.
whatever. I forgot what it was.
Exactly.
But the money that I get, I just invest it.
Yeah.
Is it just real estate that you're on, or is more stocks as well?
90% of my net worth is over in real estate for the most part.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like the benefits, the tax freedom, the tax incentives by just being a 9 to 5. Yeah, you want to run away from that, but like still soak that in as much as you can, because once you're ready, to be self-employed, perfect. But like also don't forget about life insurance, all that crap.
Oh, speaking of that, another thing about my job that I love is that they provide all the insurance for free at no cost.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Which is amazing, right? And
Does
then
FedEx do that?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know, but I don't think so.
Fuck FedEx.
Oh, speaking of that, okay. One time I was delivering in Oak Cliff. This was like 3 years ago or
Oh,
whatever.
shit.
I used to deliver to Oak Cliff, and the guy, I was just doing my job, right? And then this guy comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, yeah, UPS, fuck DHL, fuck." I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know you. It's fucking random. Fuck DHL, fuck DHL. I'm like, I was laughing because it's fucking funny.
Yeah.
That's fucking dumb.
But growing
Was
up,
it like the hood?
oh, it's definitely the hood. Yeah, Oak Cliff. Yeah.
I don't
Growing
think
up,
there's no good spots in Oak Cliff.
Bishop.
that area's all right. Good
Yeah.
shit. I was more towards South Oak Cliff by Lancaster.
Niggas.
It's rough over there.
Yeah.
When I started, I was delivering over there. That was my route basically when I started
Damn,
over
they
there.
hold you. They started you in Oak Cliff.
Exactly. No, but back then I didn't know it was a bad area. Like I didn't know shit about Oak Cliff. I don't know what was good or
Okay.
bad. I just knew that it wasn't the same as Carrollton, right? And now looking back, I'm like, shit, how did I do it? Because I would be scared to drive back over there. And I used to be out there
Damn.
delivering at 10 p.m. sometimes.
And,
Knocking on doors, asking for fucking signature. That's fucking dangerous.
Hopefully, had your cap on. Yeah,
bro,
had everything, bro.
Did you ever deliver to any plugs?
You could smell it for sure. Like you could smell all that weird crap.
He said weird.
But I mean, if you're talking about what's inside packages, we as delivery drivers, we don't know what's inside packages, and it's some customers say, "Ooh, I got something for me," like make some kind of dumb joke. "Ooh, what's in it? Is it $1 million?" I'm like,
Jordan.
look, again, we don't know what's inside fucking packages. They're like, "Ooh, what is it?" I don't know what the fuck it is.
I just fucking put the barcode and that's it.
Yeah, I just get the box and scan it and deliver it. I don't know.
Yeah.
The box doesn't say what it is for the most
But
part.
that's what I mean. Like all these great benefits that you get as 9 to 5, they're great. But like, yeah, fuel it. That way you can be self-employed at one point. That way you can.
And growing up, my mom always told me, go to college because so you could have a nice job and sit in an office. And looking back at it, I'm like, that sounds miserable. I don't want to be sitting down
Hell no.
in an office all day. Like, first of all, I'm working at UPS. I am getting my exercise. I'm making decent money. And like, I don't want to go to college. I hate college. College is not for me.
Yeah.
Me personally,
What's
not
your
for
end
me.
goal in real estate? Like, you think how many properties you think you own? Where it's like,
He said infinite.
I quit my 9 to 5 and I'm good.
That's something I've been thinking about because a lot of people say, I just want 5 and that's it, right? But when they get to 5, they're like, oh, it's not enough. Let me get to 10. And then when they get to 10, it's not enough. So to be honest, I don't know. But as of right now, if you were to ask me how much I want, I think just 5 or 6. Because I get stressed out easily. I'm someone who gets stressed out easily, and I want to minimize that as much as I can.
But that's why you hire someone.
Exactly. Yeah. And just go back to people saying, don't get into real estate because what if they hurt your house or damage your house? What if, they start saying all this negative shit about being like a real estate investor? And what I say, my response to that is there's an answer to everything. If you don't want to manage your property, get a property manager. Pay them to take care of it. You get absolutely no phone calls other than the property manager, of course. So it's less stressful. And there's an answer for everything. There's literally an answer for everything.
There really is.
And
whenever it's insurance and all that, do the tenants have to get that or do you get that for them? and they pay that through
There's
the fee.
both sides, right?
I think it's called blanket insurance for the tenant. That's optional for them. But if you're talking about house insurance, that's me. That's all up to me. And yeah.
Isn't there insurance where like if you have to evict someone that covers it?
Yes, I actually now think about to be honest, fuck man. I'm still a rookie at all this stuff, so I haven't checked if my insurance covers that.
There's probably
But I mean,
insurance.
I'm already evicting the tenant. I'm like, fuck it.
There's probably insurance for everything, and that's the crazy thing about the business world. You can have an insurance if you get sued, clearly, right? But you can also get insurance if you have to do a payout. You know, all these types of things.
It's crazy,
That's the time, boys. All right. So, is there anything else that you?
What started playing?
I think it was the alarm to get the fuck out.
Yeah, that shit was weird. It sounded like
it was Siri again,
Fucking Siri.
right? But other than that, boys, is there anything else you guys need to bring up before we head out?
Nah, I'm good.
No, man. Anything else, man? We had a lot of how long we talked? I think that was a good 2 hours.
About an hour and 2 hours, yeah, almost.
Okay. Hey, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
It's been a goal of mine actually to be in a podcast.
Oh, this ain't gonna be the last time, bro.
I would love to come back. I would love to come back.
Yeah, this ain't the last time, bro.
For
Don't
sure.
worry
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It means a lot to me.
Once there's like big news of crypto and everything like that, like we'll bring you, man.
Heck,
Or
yeah.
shit, when I become a millionaire someday.
Yeah,
you
bro,
know?
for sure.
there we go.
Do you know any influencers? Do you like any influencers right now that like into real estate?
Yeah, he actually got me into Graham Stephan. Shout out to Graham Stephan, Andre Jick, me, Kevin.
Yeah,
those
the whole
guys.
squad.
Yeah, the whole squad.
The whole gang. Yeah, I have all of them,
I
too.
listen to them all the time.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to them, man.
Hell yeah.
So-
But other than that, thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely not the last time.
Thanks for having me. And
Our-
one more thing.
Anything you want to plug in? Or-
Yeah.
Oh, my Instagram, if you want to follow me, my Instagram is idk.francisco and my Twitter is fjromero95. Yeah. I try my best to be entertaining. Like, a lot of people tell me, oh, I like your stories. Oh, I like the stuff you post. So I hate being boring and I hate posting
Bro,
boring stuff.
you're
So
not
No,
boring.
you honestly have the personality of somebody who like I would listen to in a reel, in an Instagram reel where like they're talking about investment, you know.
For real,
So
right?
Yeah.
like,
It
you
means
should
a lot, it
really, you
means a
should
lot.
really do that, man. Like honestly, especially like market the way that you do, like what you're doing. It's like not a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah,
you know?
and they want to hear
and
that shit.
And actually, thanks for reminding me because I also have a YouTube channel that I started
Hey.
doing vlogs as well.
Nice.
Vlogs. I haven't uploaded in like 2 weeks because I've been stressed out with all this crap. But anyways, my shit, I don't even know my freaking YouTube. Yeah, it's Francisco Vlogs. Just YouTube it. You search up Francisco Vlogs.
I'll link it. Just send it to me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, put
And-
that in the description.
Let me
Yeah.
do the intro and outro too. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe, boys and girls. This was a podcast. We talked so much. We talked about the Ukraine, but we also talked a lot about cool things like crypto and also Korean music, evictions. There's so much things that we talked about. But going back to the things that we are still doing in the channel, we're still going to be doing the reactions to a lot of movies, a lot of shows that are coming up. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. But other than that, we out.
One last thing.
Yeah.
I actually have a gift for you guys.
Oh, snap.
Oh,
Yeah. Shit.
You probably, I came with a huge backpack. You're like, what the fuck? Why is the guy bringing a huge
Hey,
backpack?
oh,
I
shit,
thought it was
for
your
real.
laptop.
Okay,
I thought it was a laptop.
nah,
a lot
nah.
of people bring their laptop.
Okay, so
Could've had a bomb in there.
it's nothing big, so don't get your hopes up. Okay.
Nah, you good, bro.
I'll take
Anything.
a
New house.
I didn't want to.
I'll take a new house, bro.
Not yet. I
take
didn't want
a
to come
house.
empty-handed, but
Oh man.
I actually got y'all. Hopefully, I like it.
Wow, for sure,
This
bro.
is the first time we get a gift from a guest.
guest.
Bro,
First time.
you're the first time, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
I
Yeah,
got
it won't be the
y'all,
last time.
The Renaissance Podcast T-shirt.
Swag.
Bro, we've been trying to get into. Hey,
Bro, thank you
Nothing
so much,
special,
man.
Just whatever.
Hell yeah,
Bro,
bro.
I didn't
appreciate
wanna go-
this.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna start wearing this shit.
That's fucking lit, bro.
bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Appreciate it, bro. For sure, man.
I delivered to a t-shirt company, so
Oh
yeah, I used them.
Damn, you hit that hole. You hit that
They,
hole.
they didn't hook it up though. But still, shout out to them.
Hell yeah, bro. Thank
Nah,
you so
appreciate
much,
it, bro,
man.
for sure,
that
man.
shit
That
was
means a lot, bro.
clean.
Yeah.
We're honestly trying to get into the merch industry. Where like we're getting some ideas of merch, you know, but we want to do something that means a lot to us, you know. Like
Yeah.
we put all our perspective in it. But man, appreciate it, man, because we seen this now. It's like, man, we got to get our merch. You know,
This is the first gift y'all ever gotten in a podcast,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's our first gift, man.
I wasn't sure if I already had one. I'm like, oh. I was kind of looking
fuck
through
it.
y'all's
Yeah,
Dope
yeah.
gifts too, bro.
Trust
It's
your
a dope, bro.
instincts, man. That shit hit.
It means a lot, bro. So honestly,
Yeah.
for sure, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you're
it.
always
Yeah, man.
welcome. Again, thanks for having me. It was
Of
a
course,
pleasure.
man. Not the last time, man.
Yeah.
So
Peace, man.
You said goodbye too.